In order to exit the airlock, you'll need a spacesuit stored in the locker in this room. It should equip automatically when you select the outer airlock. It should? What do you mean should?
We will have revenge.
Game, what do you mean by should? Please. Don't you know? You made this game. Okay, it worked. Look at that, chunky boy. I love that.
Maybe. I'll light a brassiere. I love lighting a good brazier.
I ran out of time. I was trying to give him a nice beard, and I ran out of time and I couldn't finish the beard. Sorry. I don't know how that happened. But me, I'm like deer in the headlights. Like, I don't know. Not really. Inside. I mean, outside, I'm probably like,
Get it? It's nature for nature to be nature and to not change. To change. That's natural. It's natural for nature to nurture. To change is to nature. I'm pretty sure that's what they're saying. To change is to nature. Yeah. Holiday season here. Just what if it just exploded? It would be funny. I would like try to do that just for the clip, but the clean.
my punishment could have been worse for that. I'm grateful. Do I show just a little bit of like, do I give her a little bone? Why did I say it like that? One more. Let's go, Lando Calrissian. First try? Wait, what?
Finish this lyric. We will stone you. They sang that in Bible times. I see Santa and I gave him a candy cane. You got to see Santa? Nice. Did he take the candy cane? Or did he say, no, not for me. That's for you. Santa has to watch his waistline. Santa has diabetes. How do I crack myself up? I gotta stop cracking myself up.
It's not quite as lean back. Lean with it, rock with it. When you gonna stop with it? Lyrics, I mean nothing we were given with thought. I don't know. 21 Pilots. Not my fault you guys don't like juicy butts. I mean, I never said that. Quite the opposite, actually. Fun little lore. Really, I was looking for a Jordan-shaped hole because Jordan hadn't been streaming. There we go. I got it. I found it. A pre-work coffee hour mug and a lore shirt. That's awesome. Thank you so much. That's awesome. Thank you. I see it. 2 very good classic orders. I love that. Definitely tell her I said thank you, and I'll try to remember to do so as well.
Dun, 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 level 2 in cooking. Donna's learned the recipe for eggs and toast. Whoa, a fire. What? 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 Don discovered a fire. I'm on fire. What do I do? What do I do? Maybe your sim should put it out before it spreads out of control. I think you're too late, game.
And coffee? Some things that don't need to be demoed? Yeah. Oh, geez. Oh, geez. Oh, geez. Oh, geez. Hello, everybody. Welcome to 109.9 KN0N, your source for all of your Lego needs. I don't know about Lego needs. Never mind. I'm just going to drop that. Hello. Hi, it's Saturday. It is March 29th, 2025. And it's a Saturday. So you know what that means. We're going to finish this Tie Interceptor today for sure. I actually think I'm going to take my sweet time on it because I only have 2 pylons left. We're definitely going to finish 2 pylons in 3 hours, right? Definitely finish it for sure. I could probably finish this in under an hour. So let's let's just ease into it. You know what I mean? 2 pylons, 4 bags, I think. We'll ease on into it. The Phantom Menace this morning is Ursa Cat. Congratulations. 74 times. And then thank you also for checking in. Good to see you this morning. Even though you're a barely functioning human right now, I still appreciate you. Reaper also checked in. Hi, Reaper. How are you? And then Old School Quarter, aka MRSA. Thank you for checking in. You guys might have noticed, I don't know if you noticed, but StreamCord worked really well. I'm thinking about making StreamCord the new Bebo, right? Can I do that? Let's see. I can go to their profile. I know I was able to change the name of the bot, the Me 6 bot to Bebo, but I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can change this one. Anyway, very happy to see that was working. Yes, Reaper, thank you so much for that. That was so easy. What does this little frog react? Who reacted? Diner Bob reacted to with a Peepo nerd pushing his little glasses up. I don't know about this. I don't know about this Diner Bob. Diner Bob is so rude. So rude. What's a human? Old School Quarter, I don't know. Is it morning? It is morning. Where am I? You're on an Onder stream. Who am I? You are MRSA of House MRSA. What is going on? We're going to be building Lego. Huh? I don't have an answer for that one. Sorry. I do not have an answer for that one for you, unfortunately. But I hope you're doing well. Oh, gosh. Hey, Code. Good morning. Thanks for checking in. How's it going? So yeah, that's working really well. And that was like, geez, I mean, I started at 5:55 and it posted the message, I don't know, somehow at 5:54. My clock is a little off. Yeah, so right now my clock says 6:03 a.m. on my PC. My watch says 6:02. My phone says 6:02. Why is my computer 1 minute ahead? I guess I'd rather it be 1 minute ahead than 1 minute behind, but like, why? Now it's 6:03. It is about 30 seconds behind. Ahead. 30 seconds ahead. So in about 30 seconds, we should see our clocks go to 6:03. Anyway, I don't know what it's. You've had that issue too? It's all set by the internet, so like, why? Why? It's a future PC. It is. That StreamCord app is so good. It posted my go live before I even went live. That's how good it is. I knew Code would have an answer for me. Different NTP, network time protocol servers, different devices use different pools of server. Not all the servers are timed correctly. Interesting. Difference in receiving that G5 mind control information. That 5G mind control information, you mean? G5 is an airplane. Not to correct you, but actually it's called MK Ultra. And let's not joke about that. Thanks, Coleman. Oh my God, I'm tired. I'm so sorry. I make you guys get up so early on a Saturday. The only day I don't make you get up early is Sunday. And I hope you all use that. All right, well, I guess I'll clear the space here and we could get going. It's our fault. Did you guys stay up too late? What did you stay up too late doing? Minecrafted, got frustrated why something in the mod wasn't working, so then you spent a couple hours trying to figure it out. Is that about it? Oh, this shirt. It's so weird how different this shirt looks on stream. It is a much darker green on stream. I wonder. Even in here, it looks blue. But this is actually green. But now even against this green, it doesn't look quite right. I don't know. What am I thinking? I don't know. Just something I noticed, you know? Well past 1 a.m. Then I was wired and I was up till like 2 a.m. staring at my eyelids. Ew. I hate that. Nothing worse than wanting to go to sleep and not being able to. You went to sleep around the same time you always do. 10:30 p.m. EST. Beautiful. That's wonderful. Yeah, I do think people in like, is it the Eastern time? Hang on, let me see. Yeah, I think the people in EST have it a lot easier. Than those of us in other time zones, because it's 6 a.m. for me. It's already 7 over there. The day is already half gone. Happy Lego Day, Banj. How you doing? What are you up to today? Should we, in order to stretch out this last section, should we knoll everything? You guys know knolling? Have I taught you about that yet? I'll do lazy knolling. Intricate knolling, detailed knolling, you would like take this and you'd set up the pieces and you'd line them up just right. All in like a line, kind of like that. I'm not going to do that, but I am going to sort some things out a little bit. I'm reading about cell death. It's not fun. Okay. For school, right? Or just for fun. I agree. I can watch nearly all streamers from East to West Coast. It's pretty nice. Pretty nice. What you're telling me is I could start at 5 a.m. and the House MRSA would still be here, right? Because then it would only be 6 for you. Oh man. I'm just gonna put the like pieces together so it's easier to find everything. Was Non thinking we were losing their minds about The Last of Us? Oh, you all aren't prepared for The Last of Us season 2. I've already been in the trenches with The Last of Us Last of Us Part 2. If you guys haven't played The Last of Us Part 2, the game, you have no idea what you're in for. I'm so sorry. I apologize for what you're about to have to experience, but I did it and I'm a better person for it. So good luck. Good luck. That's all I'll say. Went for a run earlier though and I fit into shorts after that I didn't fit into 2 months ago, and they're practically falling off of me. That's such a great feeling, Banj. I'm with you, man. That has happened to me in my life before. Hopefully it'll happen again. But yeah, when you're just kind of putting in the work and you're trying not to think too hard about it, and then you do something like that, you put on a shirt that you hadn't worn in a while, or yeah, a pair of shorts or pants or something, and you go, wait a minute, I haven't been able to wear this, or this has been very snug until now. I love that. Congrats, that's great. Also, the USNO public server names are Tick and Talk. I love their NTP services. That's pretty funny. At least they got a sense of humor about it, right? That's pretty cool. Already gone on a run. Well, no, you're excuse me, you're in a completely different time zone. So I say already gone on a run, but you know. All right, I think I'm ready here. I need one of these and one of these. I still can't wear them because I'll be pulling them up the whole time. Yeah. So now you're like, well, dang it. If I would have tried this a few months ago. That's very cool. Can I ask, like, in general, are you just trying to be more active and watch your calorie intake? Is that just generally what you're doing? Ah, come on. That is really cool, though. Hopefully, I'm hoping one day to be there myself, you know? I'm feeling pretty good on the metformin still, guys. Like, my stomach's handling it just fine. I'm able to swallow it. I'm swallowing it like a champ. Wait. My pill. My giant horse pill. Gotta be careful. I gotta be careful with how I phrase that. Counting calories and be more active. I mean, I honestly think that, like, of the people that I have seen lose weight, and not just lose weight, but, like, keep it off and have and actually have like a healthier lifestyle, that's always been what they've said. It's like, don't overcomplicate it. Just, you gotta eat less and you gotta move more. And yes, there's a lot of like variants and ways you can accomplish that, but like that's really like what it boils down to, you know? Swallowing horse-sized pills like a champ. Yeah, sounds like something I would say, not something that none would say. They're huge, okay? This metformin extended release is huge, and I was so worried. And now, like, I took it last night with it barely thinking about it, and I'm just like, this is great. This is great. Like, I still get a twinge of anxiety when I'm getting ready to take it, because I'm like, oh no. And then I remember, like, you've literally done it successfully, like, you know, 2 weeks now, you're fine, you know? I think you're safe with us. Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? Sure about that? Are you sure? Are you sure about that? Anyway, I do feel safe with you guys. Nobody's gonna judge me here, at least, for swallowing horse pills, right? Prescribed. All prescribed, all on the up and up. Oh, another one of these. Yes, please. So I'm hopeful. I really need, I need to, it is helping with my appetite. I probably should step on the scale and just see what happens, but I'm a little nervous to do that. I don't like the scale, guys. The scale is my enemy. And so there's always that internal fight of like, you should step on the scale and you should kind of know. You should know, like, you know, are you headed in the right direction? And if you are, even if you lose a little bit, you can kind of be like, all right, I am, you know, I'm headed in the right direction. I'm going to just put my head down and keep going. But then there's the opposite side of that like these things take time. And if you rush to the scale and you don't notice any change or as much change as you'd like, you then get demoralized and you think it's never going to happen. So it's like, it's this delicate mental balance that I have to strike. That's like, I can't take it too seriously, yet I have to take it seriously. You know what I mean? It's hard. It's Chuck Norris's water.
Ghost
it's
isn't
a
here yet.
roundhouse kick of hydration.
Ursa's here though.
Okay. Roundhouse kick of hydration. Thank you so much. Coffee tastes weird this morning. You take all 5 of your pills in one swallow these days. I hope I can get like that. Let me show you my regimen. So now that I was like, hey, I can swallow pills, that gave me the confidence to start like a multivitamin regimen too. I need to get like a daily multivitamin, but this is what I'm taking so far. These are all vitamins, by the way. There's vitamin D. Actually, I don't remember what that pink one is. I talked about it with my wife yesterday. And then fish oil, 2 fish oil. These are the big boys. But they go down pretty easy. But yeah, these are great, Ursa. Like I've done it Thursday. You see Thursday's empty and Friday is both empty. And then let's say I was going somewhere today and I need to take it with me. Boom. I just take it with me. This one's AM and PM, but for me, I take them all at the same time around lunchtime or around my first meal. And so these ones were too big. The fish oil ones were too big. So, but yeah, I was like, hey, look, I can swallow this giant pill. I can take a multivitamin now, you know? Please link that. Ashley, I think, got it somewhere. Let me see. Is there a brand or something on it? AM, PM, one a day at a time. U.S. and worldwide patents pending. I'll have to ask Mrs. Nonder because I think it was probably on her Amazon. Another Amazon purchase from a while back. Yeah, it's fancy. It's fancy. Yeah, she was using it for a while, and then she got to the point where her vitamins are don't fit in it either. So, and I was like, well, I'm just gonna take like a multivitamin, some fish oil, vitamin B12 is that other one, B12, and then vitamin D because I don't get a lot of sun. I need to update my multivitamin though, like my one a day. But yeah, I had kind of not taken a multivitamin or vitamins in general for so long because I was paralyzed by swallowing pills, and now I'm like, I should probably I can swallow pills. I can do hard things, you know, and that's really kind of, so now the last 2 days I've taken like a handful of pills. I don't do it all at the same time. I have to do it one at a time, but I'm working up to it. I'm in training to swallow big pills. You have to be patient with me, you know. The big ones for me to take are vitamin D, calcium, and glucosamine sulfate. I'm not familiar with that one. Hang on. Glucosamine. Does it have anything to do with glucose? And I try to take these when I'm not taking my my metformin, because they say taking metformin with other medications or vitamins may change the way that your body absorbs them. I don't think it'll hurt you, but excuse me. This one right here, I've always heard about. Glucosamine and chondroitin. Because you guys remember what I was talking about, ginkgo biloba, and I couldn't remember what the name of ginkgo biloba was. Quit popping up and offering me free stuff. And it was because Rush Limbaugh and all those people would always like advertise for ginkgo biloba. This is another one that he'd advertise for, glucosamine chondroitin. However, you said glucosamine sulfate. Is that the same thing? Joint and muscle support? It looks like it's different. Glucosamine, it might provide some pain relief for people with arthritis. It is anti-inflammatory drugs. No, who can't take anti-inflammatory drugs, NSAIDs. Well, studies are mixed. It's worth a try. Thanks, AI. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I'll keep that up and I'll take a look. Hang on one sec. Okay, we're back. You take your BP stuff at night before bed. So without the vitamin D, calcium, and glucosamine sulfate, you break easy without those. I'm too lazy to take a lot of vitamins. I want to take like the ones that like are important, right? I want to take I also probably should be taking some like minerals too. Oh, it's this non guy. It's that Darth Torlin guy. How you doing, buddy? I was just thinking about you the other day. I saw something. I saw a Lego release, and I was like, I bet Darth Torlin is going to put that in the Discord. And sure enough, he did. And I was very happy to see it. So thank you. How you doing? Helps with joints and helps reduce inflammation. Nice. Nice. I forgot to clean my nails before we started. I hate that. You're very arthritic. You forget I am 900 years old. There's no way you're 900 years old. Well, I'm not going to ask. We don't talk about age. Quit talking about how old you are. Ban him for saying he's 900 years old. I'm kidding. I refuse to take some, if not most meds. I should probably take a multivitamin. Yeah. Oh, I was kidding. Wait, what happened? Wait, 1 second timeout by Stream Elements. Whoa. Wait, by Stream Elements, who did that? Normally it tells me, wait, who did that? Oh, you did it to yourself. You can time yourself out? Wait, you did it to yourself. That's so funny. I was like, wait, where's stream out? What happened? I thought it was funny when it said Banj Games vanishes in a puff of smoke. You can do vanish and it will remove you. Wow, that's fun. I did not know that. Interesting. That's part of the Stream Elements stuff that I haven't really touched like at all. He's in here. Stream Elements bot is in here, but I don't really use it that much. Wow, magic. It is. It's magic. That's some kind of witchcraft. Most people have it somehow. I bet most streamers have the Stream Elements bot running. I mean, it's kind of like the first thing most people do. So it makes sense then that, you know, that command is on there. It makes sense. I just don't think I've ever seen anybody use it. That's kind of funny. I was like, wait, did Lars or Ams actually ban him or time him out? That's pretty funny though. That's pretty funny. Well, guys, you might have seen the news. This is gonna be the last stream for a while. Not joking. You might have seen the news on the general Discord. This project has decided at like the last minute that we're extending our in-person office meetings another week. 3 weeks. 3 weeks of in-person meetings. I have somehow weaseled my way in to being more important than people think that people think I'm more important than I really am. And somehow my presence is needed in a place like this. For 3 solid weeks, give or take a day here and there. But yeah, they added another week. Can you glue leave? It's one of those things. It's one of those things where it's really like, I was telling Ashley this, and as I was telling her, I was like, I'm not explaining it right, but like, nobody wants to be that guy who is like, hey, this is unacceptable. Everybody's trying to be the rah-rah team player, and it's like, no one wants to be the bad guy. And obviously, I'm not going to, because I'm not a boat rocker. I'm no bootlicker, and I'm no boat rocker. Those are two things that I am not. But we get to work from home like 99% of the time. This has been the only times they've ever like asked us to come into the office. I don't want to be that guy, but man, I'm gonna tell you right now though, if there's a way for me to weasel out of it, I will. I definitely will do that. I'm thinking maybe by that 3rd week, I might be like, if I'm not getting a lot of work done, I might just tell my boss, listen, man, I got a lot of work to do. I'm behind on stuff. I have reached my quota of peopling. I'm going to take the rest of these from home. And he'll probably let me. It's just like, again, like everybody's wanting to be involved in this project because it's a huge thing. Like it would be really good for me. Basically, by the time this project launches, I'll be looked at as like one of the experts of it, right? And this is going to be a huge platform that like is probably going to be used in our company for like decades and centuries to come. And like other people have literally built their retirements off of projects like this. So I'm like, as much as I don't want to be there right now, I think future me would be like happy that I did if I end up staying with this company, which I can't rule out as a possibility. Future me would be very upset with me if I squandered the opportunity and was viewed as a non-team player, you know what I mean? So I don't know, it's a weird place to be. You can tell no one wants to be there. No one wants to do it, but yet it's necessary and we all have to do it. And, you know, I don't know. It's a weird spot to be. But are you a boot rocker and a boat licker? Sometimes I've been known to lick a boat. You know how that goes. By the way, I'm using a Lutz Magoots mug today, but I bought his version number 1 that was not dual-sided. Got scammed. But just know, staring at me on the other side of this mug is a cute little Viking with a little Viking party hat and a little smile. Just know that, okay? Bebo says all forgotten. Bebo already forgot it. That's great, buddy. That's great. So yeah, it's weird. It's like I don't want to do it because I don't want to be away from you guys for so long. I don't want to have to be perceived for that amount of time. It's gonna really wear me out. It's gonna really wear me down. I should probably take this time too to see if they have their gym open, their fitness center, and start working out there again. Because yeah, they're gonna pay for our food for 3 weeks, so I'm gonna have to be careful about what I'm eating. I'm also aware of how I have created my own diabetes situation by the fact that I have been treating my ADHD with food. I've realized that over the last couple of months that I have self-medicated my ADHD, medicated my boredom by snacking, and by doing that, I've given myself type 2 diabetes. So to pay attention in this room without having a little snack here and there is gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough. We talked about this yesterday, but I'm really concerned about it. I'm really worried about it. Bard has adopted / stolen my spooky mug. Get it back. Take it back. How dare they? Look at this. This is fun. Look at this. This is fun. Look, I can move the camera over a little bit. Oh, actually, wrong way, maybe? Yeah, there we go. There we go. It's fun. That's fun. Knowing is half the battle, though, so now you can make better choices. Absolutely, but now I'm gonna be like, I am so incredibly bored, and there any sense of like any bit of dopamine is just drained from my body, and then I'll see the snack. They give a lot of good snacks, and I'll be like, I need it. I should try to bring my own. I'm gonna think about it this afternoon or this weekend. I'm gonna try to see if I can go get some nuts and stuff. Maybe get me some nuts, some snackies, and bring my own. That way, whatever they have, I still have something that I can do. Can I make you can definitely make a snack suggestion. Always, always. And yeah, all those random snacks throughout the day, just grabbing a handful of something here and there. Like at one point when I was in that office doing that, I just had a little cup full of jelly beans. I'm like, I don't even like jelly beans. I don't even like jelly beans. Yeah, fruit. Fruit would be great. You want to have a snack, have a piece of fruit first. Absolutely. Now, I will say that like the meals that they give us, at least the last time we did this, were pretty good. Like they were fairly healthy, and they did offer a lot of fruit. Offered a lot of fruit and stuff, so I think I'll be good on the fruit. I think that's what I'll try to snack on. But even that, even like just random, nuts is definitely harder. But at least I'm getting protein, fiber, whole bunch of nutrients and nuts that if I was going to snack on something, would be best to probably snack on something like that, But you're absolutely right. Fill up on fruit for sure. So when we do these lunches and they have fruit there, I'm gonna gorge myself on it. Before I eat anything else, yeah. Let's see. I might have missed these check-ins. I'm sorry if so. Omina checked in 8 minutes ago. Hello, Omina. And Persephone 4 minutes ago. How you doing? I can kill a whole canister of nuts. That's why I don't keep food in my workspace at all. Probably a good idea. Probably a good idea. Yeah, I think it's kind of just dawning on me recently that like, wow, I have been like medicating my ADHD boredom with little treats and snacks here and there. And some of them aren't so bad. I'm not saying I can't do that ever again. but it's just something I really need to be aware of, you know? Like this. No, smaller one. Just something I need to be aware of that I'm doing. And the problem is, you know, if I'm here at home, I can like try to occupy myself with other stuff, you know? But they're in the office in a room full of people talking about some of the most boring stuff you've probably ever heard in your entire life. That's where it's going to get hard, you know? Hey, Lars. Good morning. Good morning. A bag of salted cashews in the kitchen. They're literally screaming my name. Yeah. They're very good. I'm not a big cashews fan, actually, but like I get the sentiment for other ones. I tend to get what they call a keto mix of nuts, which is like walnuts and pecans and some almonds. And I also tend to get them like fairly unsalted, because then I feel like I'm not gonna like, and I definitely don't ever get like honey roasted or anything, because that's just I would demolish it. So like I get them relatively raw and like, you know, unsalted and unflavored and all of that, unseasoned, and that way I can eat some and then be like, okay, well, I'm done, you know. Good morning, Clumsy. How's it going? Ba-da-da. Get them relatively raw. Yeah. Not roasted, not, I don't know, I guess you can boil peanuts, so not cooked in any way, typically. Thanks for checking in, Clumsy. How are you? I take it raw, or so you got a problem with that? You're headed into the mines? Back with coffee and brekkies and head ready. Do you have to work this weekend, Ursa? Or are you actually playing Minecraft? Her heart yearns for the mines. I'm Minecrafting. Nice. I'm doing a little bit of Minecrafting. I really need to get back into the SMP, guys. I feel bad. Is anybody still playing on the SMP? I feel bad, but like I have not had the time or the Minecraft addiction necessary to set aside time. Modded calls to me. I understand. We've had some good times. I'm not mad about it. That is typically how these things go in a non-Minecraft focused channel. It's going to come and go in waves for sure. So, I wonder if I'm able to pause. I wonder if I'm able to like pause the Minecraft server to like not pay for it. And then when I get, inevitably sometime this year, I'll go back to Minecraft and we'll do like a fun little challenge. And I bet that'll reignite it for a lot of people. And then I can just like unpause and go back to it. They probably won't keep your data though, would they? Wait for the big update. Ad quote, I take it raw, Ursa. Do you have a problem with that? Oh my gosh. Non sounding more sus than he expected. 2025. Well, when you put it that way. Yeah, I could probably download it. Yeah, it would be nice if they just like, if they just did it for me, you know? You know what I mean? Did y'all just handle it for me? And they're like, hey, yeah, we'll keep your data, and then you don't have to pay us. But obviously, they'd be having a ton of data on their server that they don't need. So yeah, probably not, huh? It'd be nice if it didn't smell. True. I don't know. No, we're not going into that. We're not. Nope. Look at this. Look at this pylon. Isn't this so cool? I love this. I have to wait for the mountain to go away. I hopped on it this week for a bit. I have to wait for the mountain to go away. What do you mean? Even if you host it yourself so it's live when you want it to be live. True. But like I didn't want to have people like want to get on and I just didn't have it live at the time, you know, because that would require a machine running it the whole time, right? Put that computer to work, right? A lot of things would be nice, but we don't always get nice. That's so true. That sounds like something my mom would say, Lars. My mom would always be like, if I'd be like, it'd be nice if it would be nice if I had $1 million, but we don't always get what we want, do we? And like, it's technically true. It's true. It's right, but it makes me feel bad. You could have just said no, Mom, or yeah, wouldn't that be nice? That sure would be cool. All right, like let's go. The SMP I'm building Skyhold. That's right. And Code wanted the stone from the mountain. Gotcha. Okay, yeah. I was like, what are you talking about? It's a single. It's a wait. Multiplayer server, right? Is that what the? Why can't I think of what SMP stands for now? Survival multiplayer. Thank you. Survival multiplayer. I don't know when the SMP lingo like took off, but I remember when it happened, but I don't remember like the date, right? But I remember being like, what is this? Like, it was when people were playing like Minecraft Hunger Games. Do you remember the old Hunger Games game modes that everybody was into for a while? Excuse me. I actually kind of thought that was a great idea. It was pretty fun. It was pretty fun. I think that's actually really, really cool idea to do events like that inside Minecraft. I think that's pretty cool. Battle Royales, yeah, probably around the time like Fortnite and stuff was popping off originally, right? Or Daisy, yeah. You don't want to host it at home. You're able to save the SMP data by getting a host to upload a backup. What if it goes bad for you while you're hosting? It's a lot of pressure too to have like a machine running, you know? Again, if we were doing like, hey, we have an SMP, but only for paid subscribers. And I was managing like a subscriber server where I was making money from it. Absolutely. Then I wouldn't mind doing something because then I wouldn't have to share the profits, you know? I don't think we're at the size where that would ever happen. I don't know when I'll be on again, at least not for a couple of weeks to a month. I got to get packed and move. That's true. You got a big move coming. I think we're all kind of in a holding pattern on our Minecraft plays because we've all exited our Minecraft obsession era for the year. It'll definitely hit me again for sure. Oh, did you forget the survival part of it? Do tell. Stop. I barely have time to play it as it is, you know? Like, you're so judgmental. You're so judgmental. I just like to build, okay? What am I supposed to say? Maybe the next one we do, I'll dedicate to like, I'm never gonna not be I won't even give myself the mod powers. How about that? Who's over Minecraft? Picks up mod and pickaxe. Not you. We're not talking about you. Not you though. Not you guys. Not you guys. Dun, 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 dun. Right. Oh, geez. That's why they had me put it on first, huh? Okay. I'm about to finish eating and then go in and slap some villagers into submission. Wow. Now we know why you play. Now it all makes sense. I don't even know what I mean by that. All right. Oh boy. Oh, geez. There we go. All right, then we're putting the little gun on the front here. This one is weird. I do think that these little blasters are a little too They're a little too flimsy for like a UCS build. I get that like they're small, right? But anytime I move or touch this, I just know these are gonna fall off. I could probably modify it myself. Try to make it a little better. But then that's gonna add bulk to here. I was thinking about like adding some plates down here and then attaching it so those don't fall off, but that's gonna add a lot of bulk to the tip of the wing. And the whole point is it's very sleek, you know? Okay, we're gonna put this one on, I think. Hang on, there's a lot of extra pieces here. Did I miss a spot? Did I miss a spot? Especially these here. Let me just double check. Oh no, we're still gonna be building something. Okay, we're still building something after this. All right, let me get the big boy here. Oh no, I know, MRSA. I know. I feel like I am very happy though that I put in the work to do the whole Ender Dragon thing and survive. Like I feel like I can do it. Like if I make myself do it, I can do it. But, you know, Banj did it to himself. He timed himself out. Apparently Stream Elements has a vanish feature that will let you time yourself out. I had no idea until he just used it. Like, oh, okay. Just the MRSA tip? What? There's Ghost. There he is. MRSA's in game now and a ghost is haunting him. Even in Minecraft, he's after my husband, and there's Ghost. As if summoned. Nobody wants a flimsy tip. That's so true. The roommate gave me his Radeon RX 6800 XT. Works perfectly. Super happy about it. I can play Veilguard in Ultra with ray tracing. No way, just gave it to you? What a roommate. Keep that one around. Holy cow. That's so great. Man, being able to play Veilguard on Ultra with ray tracing, that might be better than mine. Mine struggled a little bit. I have a 3070 and it served me very well. I'm like all these people, I don't know, all these people talking about these expensive graphics cards they're getting and how they're like melting their PCs. And I'm over here with a 3070 playing literally every brand new game with almost no problem. Not to brag, but you know, humble brag. I'm gonna keep you right there. You know what I mean? I just don't understand. People are buying like these, what is it, the 4080 or 4090 card, and it's like, one, it's hard to get, two, it's incredibly expensive, and three, it's like didn't work when it first came out. They had to recall. It was funny. It was just funny. I'm just saying. It's just funny. There could be a lot of factors that go into it, but my 3070 is still going strong. Where have you been? There's so many moments that I needed you. Whoa. I know, baby. We'll get rid of her and run off into the sunset. That's just my cousin, Ghost WX. Ghost Uwu? Watch out for the sinkholes. Ghost, I'm doing okay. How are you doing today? I'm mentally preparing myself for having to go into the office for 3 weeks now. Did you hear that, Ghost? From 2 weeks, they extended it into 3 solid weeks. Not fair. Not fair. I need to post an announcement, I guess. I guess that this is my April hiatus, I guess. Oh, I did forget some steps here. Sorry. Yeah, I forgot these bad boys here. Let me see. Yeah, I can figure that out. Sorry, I know you can't see it right now. Yeah, it's work prill. That's the day of the month. It's work prill. I actually have to put in work. That's what I told Ashley the other day. I was like, they just extended it to 3 weeks. And I'm like, you know what? I'm playing freaking video games this afternoon. I don't even care. They're about to make me come in for 3 weeks. Don't worry. I always get my work done. I'm always a team player. I'm always available. But it gets very boring between like 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock. So boring. When I'm basically done all my work for the day and I'm on call for emails. And then sometimes I get like 2 emails, and then other times I get nothing. Work Pro for when hand Prill is not enough. Ask your doctor if Work Prill can be a healthy substitute for hand Prill. Or do you take it in addition to hand Prill? When hand Prill just isn't enough for you, ask your doctor about Work Prill. Sorry. Oh, geez. First now and then Lutz being on a shorter stream schedule, I'm going to get so much work done and I hate it. If Irish Spooky was there, this wouldn't have happened. That's so true, actually. If the Irish squad was with us, if the Ireland group was with us, they would literally laugh.
It's a roundhouse kick of hydration.
They'd be like, you're not bringing us in for 3 weeks. We have families, you monsters. But this one is for all local people, pretty much. The company isn't local, though. Pretty much. 5 to 7 is kind of a drag for me. That sucks. I hate working till 5. I'm used to almost all my other jobs. You know, for a good 7 years was always I'm done at 4, and that is perfect because there's still time to get out and do something. If I need to make an appointment, I can set an appointment for like 4:30, you know, and everything would be great. Everything's closed after 5. There's only like 2.5 hours before we have to start doing let's start doing bedtime routines, you know. It's just, it sucks, and like we barely do anything. I really need to make an appeal to my boss to say we should have a different SLA. Literally, I should write down how many emails I'm getting after 4 o'clock. And some days it's literally nothing. And I can just tell them, look, I'm doing all my work. I'm getting everything done. There isn't anything I need to get done past 4 o'clock. If I'm ever like, you know, working on a holiday or something and I really need the time, I'll put in extra time. But we need to tell people that our cutoff is not 4 o'clock. It's ridiculous. Like, I start at 8 a.m. and I work till 5. That's too many hours. It's too many hours. I thought about streaming at noon and calling it afternoon delights or something. That's pretty funny. 5 a.m. to 7 p.m. Yeah. Do you really work till 7 p.m.? That's ridiculous if that's true. This week I started at 600 and worked till 1600. It's not bad. Again, like if I could get off at like 3, I don't care. I'll sign in early. I don't care about that. But like, I'm working till 5. I should not have to like rush into work, you know? I guess I could tell them, listen, if I'm working till 5, I'm not signing in till 9 a.m. I'm gonna go work out in the mornings. I'm not gonna be here 9 to 10 hours a day. You know, I just don't think it's the problem. I think is gonna happen is he's like a very. I feel like if I told him I don't want to work till 5, he would definitely be like, okay, then I'll take care of it. Like, I'll be on till 5. And it's like, but I also don't want that for him either. Like, I want him to put his foot down and be like, you know what, you're right. Let's just do, we're going to just make our official cutoff at 4 o'clock, you know? There isn't really anything that needs to get done that late. So maybe I'll collect the data for him first, and then from there, I'll show him, you know? I'll show him the data so that he can go to his boss and be like, hey, like nothing really happens from here. Also, if anybody does send something that late, it can wait till tomorrow. You know what I mean? But yeah, I have a feeling he'd be like, okay, fine, I'll do it. And that's not what I want him to do. Did I take this roundhouse kick of hydration from Persephone? I don't know if I did, but let me do it again. Let's do it again. Yeah, that's not what I want. I want him to put his foot down and say, cutoff is now 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. They took away our bonus plan, so I think they'll try to advocate for a 4x10 schedule so I could do a little 8-hour whole day stream. That would be awesome. That'd be really cool. That'd be a great use of that day. Yeah. I would totally work 10 hours. You did. It was after you coughed. Okay, thank you. All right. I'll clear it then. I don't mind doing it again just in case. I'd get MRSA off at 3. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, wow. Did I get everything? Okay, yeah, I think it was just those 2 things there. All right, now we're building like a little middle section here. A little greeble. Here's a wiggle to help your broken brain from all the work. It got approved? Wait, what got approved, Reaper? Did I miss it? What got approved? I was watching Persephone last night. It got approved. What got approved? Did I miss? I missed something. I missed something. I'm hoping I get a job as a postman so I can stream in the afternoons. A postman would be such a great job, especially with you like wanting to be more active, being able to like walk house to house. I could totally. Can you guys see Banj as a postman? I could totally see it. You better lock up your husbands though, because if there's any stay-at-home dads out there who are, you know, unhappy with their home life, watch out. Not that you're a home wrecker. They are. They're the home wrecker. You're just a, you know. Anyway, they do be kissing boys. I don't know. A postman, like, I could, in a weird, I don't know, like, a ton about you, Banj. I feel like I know you well enough. I think you're a great guy. But, like, there's something about the postman vibe that I'm like, yeah, I could see it. I could see it. Are you doing this for the joke that the postman always is? It's the postman rings twice, isn't it? I don't think it's. I think it's rings twice. Walk 10 miles a day, no responsibilities, enough free time to work on other stuff. That sounds wonderful. I gotta tell you, I am like, you know, I told you guys about going to the pharmacy and being like, I kind of this pharmacy job of like, you know, filling pills and whatnot, and being on your feet. I know that sucks, and a lot of people are like, dude, you don't want a job on your feet, but like, I feel like I'm so inactive that like a part of me kind of yearns for the mines, you know what I mean? Plenty of boys to kiss, for sure. Making him sound like a killer? No. I didn't mean it like that. I realized halfway through what I was saying, it sounded like I was saying Banj was a homewrecker, and I don't think Banj would ever do that. But, you know, if anybody wanted to amicably split, you know. I know. He's a kisser, not a killer. Exactly. It's joke on the rings twice. Okay. It may come from naughty movies I watched in college with my dorm mates. That does sound like the title of a film. I don't know which one. Nothing I've ever seen. I don't even know what that means. What do you mean? What does this mean? Yeah, it just means they're... No. I might have wrecked a few homes in my time, but to be fair, it was me not knowing what I was doing. Sure. True. Like, if you didn't know, it's not your fault, you know? Where's that? Okay, yeah, it keeps that one open. Sorry, I know you can't see what I'm doing off stream, but it's important. I could bring the pylon in a little bit so you still can't see. Putting these pieces right here. This is a big set to do on this camera. It's a big one. It's a big boy. I didn't know it was a side piece. Yeah, you can't be held accountable for that. I'm sorry. That must suck too to find that out, right? I was too busy giving main piece energy. You were just a side piece and you're out here giving main piece energy. Ugh, that sucks. That sucks. Royal Mail Postman. I can see, there's just something about it I can see, and I think it might actually be a pretty decent job, you know? I support this. I support this wholeheartedly. I think that sounds awesome. And we're gonna place this little gear right here too. I'll show you what I just did. Gosh, it's so hard to show. Hey, hang on, what am I doing? There we go. This right here, look at that. Isn't that cool? Gosh, this thing's huge. This is a, you got one pylon left. Look at that, it's so sick. Oh, it's sick. I love when they come at an angle like this, you know? Okay, enough swooshing. It is pretty swooshable, actually. You can hold this little ball. You can cup it like this. It's pretty swooshable, actually. All right, if I can put it down without breaking it. Come on. There we go. Get in the hole. All right. One more pylon left, guys, and then we're done. More swooshing. Just me running in the background back and forth with the clip that. I can't be the only one that heard that. Heard what? You enjoy wearing shorts too? Yeah. I don't know what it is. But like if you had told me that like, yeah, I am a postman, like that's what I do, I would have been like, yeah. I don't know what that means, but I would believe it. Like if you looked at me and said, I'm a postman, I don't know. Wait, what did you want to clip? I can put a marker if you want and come back to it. You can see me as a UPS guy. We have a guy who delivers our UPS stuff, and he is also bearded. He's got a long beard, and this guy is jacked though. He is jacked, and even I'm as straight as they come. I'm 80%. And even I was like, let's just say I was like, Mrs. Nonder, don't order anything from UPS. He's pretty jacked. But not in like an overly like muscle bodybuilder kind of way, but in like a he lifts heavy things for a living kind of way, you know? That's exactly it. I'm straight until the UPS guy comes knocking. I'm just saying I can appreciate it, you know? I'm like, I hope it doesn't awaken anything in me, but you know. Honestly, guys, like, nah, never mind. I was just saying if I was gay, it would have happened by this point. I would have definitely realized that about myself by this point. I totally get why people like are not able, but like have to kind of like be in the closet for so long, especially given the way I was raised. It would make a lot of sense. Let's just say there's a lot of things in my past that it would make a lot of sense for me to be the one in my family to like come out later in life, right? And I even got accused of that by like bullies, right? You get those bullies, especially in the 90s, who when they thought that being gay was like a funny thing to call people. So like there was always that sense of me like inside my head being like, oh my gosh, are they right? Am I? And then as I grew up and I realized like, well, hey, are you attracted to men? And I could be like, no. And then it'd be like, okay, cool. then stop worrying about it. Like, oh, okay. It really is like once you get older, you really realize like how silly, it's, I don't know. It's usually things outside of your control and people and the ways that you were raised. But if anybody in my family was set up for that to happen to them, even though I don't believe it's something that happens to you. It totally would have been me, but it didn't. So here we are. Here we are. Let's just say the bullies, don't hit me. I don't think I'm even allowed to read that out loud. The Postman is coming soon to Netflix. A thriller about a postman who takes your Lego pieces from your new sets, hides them in your neighbor's letterbox. Lock up your husbands. He's a better cook and listener than most wives. Out on April 1st. Andy's Lego. Hi. I'd watch that. I get back to the PC. This is the first thing I see. Can you unpermit the term? To be honest, I permitted the whole sentence before I read it all. And now it says not permitted the term. I know that nobody else but the mods see that, but I hate that, like, it shows Nonder permitted the term. Oh gosh. Jesus Christ, Banj, that ended me. I like Dark Banj. Everyone's reacting to it now. My work here is done. The word is in like the first half. I was reading it as I clicked it. Banj away. He just okay, good. He timed himself out, so now it's no longer in chat. Oh God. I'm just thinking about the time. That bullies lifted me up by my ankles to give me a swirly. In a Christian school, nonetheless. Lifted me up to give me a swirly. And we had this little snack bar thing that you could bring. You could bring in, like, your parents could give you, like, you know, money, and that you could get, like, a little snack. And I always liked getting popcorn. I was a big popcorn boy. Even as a younger feller, I was a big popcorn boy. But, like, I didn't have a ton of money. But what I did have was pocket change. So I had a whole bunch of pennies in my pockets. And when they put me upside down laughing, all the change fell out of my pocket. All over the bathroom, into the toilet. I was crying. I was pretty young. This is a traumatic story. And I think they felt so bad. Like, once they saw my pocket change that I bought for my little snacks, I think they felt so bad about it that they stopped, and they didn't actually get me with the swirly. I never actually had a successful swirly done on me. It was just a joke. And then they felt bad and they stopped. Would they have stopped had I not had pocket change raining down into the toilet? Maybe not. I probably think that they would have tried to do the swirly had they not felt immediately bad. And then I was left in the bathroom crying, picking up the change from the bathroom floor. And I don't think that I reached into the toilet to get whatever change fell in there. I do not recall that as a memory. They definitely made it rain. Bullies are the worst. That was the only time I think in my life that somebody actually, like, physically bullied me. There's a lot of other, like, teasing bulliness, but that was, like, one of the first times somebody actually tried to, like, do harm, like physical, like got physical with me. You know what I mean? A lot of the other times it's just emotional bullying, which is better. Better. I do kind of give off the I've been bullied as a child vibe, right? Not to subtly segue, these are the new emotes I made. The last one got approved last night. Okay, your new emotes. That's what you're talking about. Okay. Psycho Wiggle 1240 Wiggle. I like the little wiggle one. Walk away. Oh, you got your own glue leave? You should have named it Psych Leave. Psych Leave. Reap Leave. Maybe every time that AMS does the glue leave, I'm gonna need you to follow it up with a Reaper leave. Pocket toilet change. Pocket change toilet? Yeah, something like that. I just said pocket white phosphorus. Just smoke bomb. But anyway, as I was saying, then what Banj said made me think how funny in the moment it would have been when they're lifting me up by my ankles to put me in. And I say, no, stop, I'm gonna. And while the change made them stop, I really do feel like that would have made them stop in their tracks. And they said, huh? What? That might have, though. I'm gonna say, Banj, it might have made things worse for me. Given the fact that I was in a very deeply Christian school. And isn't that just great that we get the most harm in our lives from people who are supposedly loving? They serve a loving and kind God, but they themselves inwardly are ravenous wolves, beasts of men. If only there was a Bible verse about that. I feel like we need a hard laugh from now on every stream. It's fun. When we do Garctic Phone, I lose my mind. You guys are so funny. I had lots of bullying up to 7-on-1 stuff. High school sucks. Ooh. Yeah, so the thing was, Andy, these guys were in high school and I was in middle school, and it was a Christian school where all the grades were like combined. We're all working on our own things, but we're all like in the same building. So that was probably part of the problem. And, adult supervision sorely lacked. They sure would get you in trouble if you did something wrong. But the moment the bullies did something, I don't remember anything happening to those bullies. I'm not entirely sure I told my parents. And the funny thing is my mom was one of the teachers, so she definitely was there. Her and this lady called Miss Linda, who was just a, from what I recall, a disgusting human being. Like, just a mean person. Had nothing to do with, her physical attributes. Just a mean. Like, when I think back on her, I just think of how mean and disgusting she was. Christian mingle school, exactly. We all mingled together. Why are Bible verses called verses? No one ever sings them. You can. You could sing the Psalms in the original language if you wanted. Doesn't really translate so well into English songs, but the Psalms were actually songs that they sang. Kids are brutal. They're even worse now. Maybe. I don't know. They're growing up in like the 90s. Like, they were pretty bad. I'm sure that they're bad now too, but man. Yeah. All of childhood was until I escaped to college. Wow. All of your childhood? Thanks, kids, for making me a psychologically effed up, insecure, self-deprecating adult I am now. Same, Marissa. I watched this video of this guy who said something that's resonated deep within the cavernous emptiness of my soul. And it echoed, kind of like when you're out spelunking in a cave. It echoed within my very being and awakened something in me. And it's that he said that he both wants to be perceived, wants to be seen by people, desperately wants to be seen and valued by people, and also wants to be invisible at the same time. And I about fell on the floor when I heard him say that, because I don't think anybody has ever expressed that to me in a way that like made so much sense to me. And he himself was like, I have no idea what this is and where it comes from and what I need to do to get over it. But he's like, but this is the feeling. And I was like, holy cow, you nailed it, man. It's basically like what I'm going through with work right now, where it's like, I need to be in the room. I need to be in the room. I need to be perceived. It's good for my future. I want that. But at the same time, don't even acknowledge that I'm here. But also, why is no one acknowledging that I'm in the room? I feel invisible. And I hate feeling invisible. But yet, why are you putting me on the spot? I'm nervous, Like, it resonated a lot. And some of this stuff we're talking about here could have been part of that, It's interesting. The Lord works in mysterious ways. Lots of past bullies have had bad luck in life. One would hope, Andy, that what you put into the universe is what you get back out of it, God or not, right? Karma or whatever you want to call it. Like, Yeah, one would hope that there's some sense of justice in the world. There's sometimes not, but yeah, I do think, I mean, you treat people like crap your whole life, people are going to treat you like crap. It's kind of like what comes around goes around, you know? Divine retribution, yeah. Live in a district where this one beautiful little girl, because of the cyberbullies. The district has a horrible reputation of ignoring bullying and praying, and I'm praying my friends don't have to send her kid there. Ugh, that sucks. Why do priests just read back to you parts of the story you've already read? It's the repetition that's key, Ghost. Because each time you will learn something new. Indoctrination? Ah, shoot. We've been foiled. Karma happens in the following lives. Oh, karma doesn't happen like in the current life, huh? Lars, time yourself out for using the wrong emote. I will not. I own up to my mistakes. I love that you guys love that emote. I'm happy about that. Every time you point the finger at someone else, there are three pointing back at you. So true. What a true idiom. So true. Da, da, da. Okay. Anyway, so we're revealing a lot about our paths here, and I love that about this place. So you're saying every time three people? No, that's not what. I don't think that's what he means. I hate the social media thing, how kids can't hide that bullying nowadays. At least in the 80s and 90s, they weren't hounded 24/7 like that. Yeah. I can tell you this much. My kid's not going to be on social media. There just will be none of that. And you can, much older, you can have a phone or something to contact your friends, but I'm going to try my dangest to just no to social media until you're old enough, like, you can make your own decisions in life. But, like, holy cow, guys, like, and I need to have that rule for myself, but here we are, trauma dumping. You almost didn't allow it. Should I not? Should I keep it blocked? I never know, like, at what point, like, I think it's because I know Ghost so well that I'm like, he's joking. But I could see that being misused by other people who, like, want to say something crass. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Depends on the audience. That's true. And we have tried to make a little more of a push for, I haven't fully made the I'm 18 plus yet, but, like, we're definitely not kid friendly for sure. And we're not actively going out of our way to, you know. Shannon's here. Hey, Shannon 06060. How's it going? Thanks for checking in. Check the mod action queue for today. No, don't do it. What's up, Ams? How are you doing? How's life? We were just trauma dumping this morning. Oh, it's like, wait, did I do that wrong? I sure did. Da-da. You missed a morning. You sure did. But happy Saturday. We made it. We're not kid friendly, but also not full blown 18 plus. I don't like the connotation, Ghost, of 18 plus. Maybe I shouldn't be so hung up on that though. Because, like, I also don't want people to think that they have carte blanche to be as unhinged as they possibly want. You know what I mean? For me personally, I like to not be incredibly crass, but also I'm just not here to, like, police everybody. I'm not here to, like, make sure that we say everything exactly the right way. I'm here to, like, I feel like if we can get, we're 20 plus, there we go. No, it's okay. Like, if anybody has, like, their own communities where they're, like, 18 plus only, but it's like, I'm just not, like, I don't know.
I never noticed any restrictions on streams like 18 plus. I feel like my rules would not change. My rules would not change if I did that. I would still have the same set of rules. So I'm kind of like, I don't want to put that moniker on it of like 18 plus. But then again, we had a kid come in who was literally 12 years old, if not younger, because I didn't believe him. And that's why we enacted the rule. Like, we're not talking about our age. Two, if we suspect that you're, if you don't pass the vibe check, then you're not staying anyway, And yeah, we probably could have nipped that in the bud a little earlier. That's on me, obviously, because the mods are all aware of it. So I was just like, I don't know what I should do about this. And then I started suspecting that they weren't even of age to be on Twitch in general. And then it's like, also, there doesn't seem to be any parental, like, interaction. But also at the same time, I'm not here to be somebody's dad. I'm not here to, like, father or, again, like I said, like, police what other people do. As long as you're not TOSing and also not doing anything against the rules that we have written out. I'm not here to police what other people say, I can control what I do, and maybe sometimes I still get a little too oversharing, a little too comfortable with you guys. But generally, like, I do not want to be responsible for other people. I'm barely responsible for myself, you know what I mean? I didn't time him out, for the record, AMS. He timed himself out. He gets there. Apparently there's a thing in Stream Elements called Vanish, where you can time yourself out. I had no idea until now. You remember them? Yeah. And I think he got infiltrated into Reapers and Lutz's too. So that made me feel bad too, that I'm just bringing children here, It was really funny how little guy was just talking to himself and only responded when you talked about the Minecraft movie. Oh, that was a different one, but yeah, I was pretty suspicious of that one. That wasn't the person who said he was 70, right? No, that was somebody else. Yeah, it was just all, and glitches too, jeez. Yeah. So that's where I was kind of like, you know what, let's make a rule. No age talk. And if you come in here and you say, "Hey, I'm 12," then you're out. I'm I don't have a rule about how old you have to be, but what I do have a rule of is if you tell us your age, then we have a reason to be like, see ya. And too, that's for their protection too. Like, I don't want any freaking, I hope we don't have any weirdos here, but I don't want any weirdos sniffing around, being all weird about the kid, I don't want anything to do with that. Anyway. Yeah, we're referring to that one, Reaper, yeah. But also that one was suspicious, and I'm glad that we took action on that one before it became a problem. We're all weirdos here, but we're not gross weirdos, exactly. There's a big difference. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, so there was always a part of me like, well, I mean, maybe we can make a safe place for, and then I was like, you know what? This is not my responsibility. This is not my responsibility to, like, mentor other people's kids, and I cannot put that on myself to, like, take that mental load on. I have my own kid, thank you very much, and I don't know what I'm gonna do when he's a teenager. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Help me, please, someone help me. But what I do know is, yeah, you're exactly right, Ams. If I was thinking about my own kid, even though I know we would do our best to keep somebody like that safe, it's like, it shouldn't be our responsibility to do that. There's just too many unknowns. There's too much weird stuff. I think when we get to a certain like level, which I don't think we'll ever get to, because I don't think I have the it factor for it. But like, if we ever got to a certain level where there's literally thousands of people in here, we wouldn't be able to control that, right? We would just have to, we'd have our same rules, but like, we wouldn't be able to get that detailed, and that what do you call it? That curative. I'm thinking about the word. What is the word I'm thinking of? How you curate something, like you curate your community,
we would probably not be able to do that as much, right? Because when you got thousands of people, but again, that's not going to happen, nor do I necessarily want that to happen. Because again, like I said before, I both would love to be perceived and also leave me alone. And I got to find out where that comes from. This is like therapy. I agree, Ghost, for me. I should probably do the actual therapy too, though. I've done the medicine route and I haven't really found a whole lot of success there, mostly because of my health issues. So I should probably be doing talk therapy too. We'd just have slow mode chat to vet it. Yeah, it would just be a lot of extra work to be like, hey, this person is being weird, you know? And it's like, yeah, there's a sea of 1,000 people who are all being weird. I'm not doing talk therapy right now. I've been doing the meds management stuff because we were trying to deal with ADHD, but since I can't really do anything with that right now, I should probably do talk therapy, but it's just like another hurdle, you know? But I probably should. Because I don't know if I'm ever going to treat my ADHD at this point, guys. I don't know if it's ever going to happen. I just think I'm going to find ways to live my life. Because all these meds are going to end up killing my heart. Because I haven't taken care of it. Because of my ADHD, I haven't taken care of myself very well. I might just have to embrace it and learn to live with it. And learn to understand that about myself. But I still would have loved to have seen who I was if I could pay attention. I would have loved to have seen that kid who didn't struggle in school because he was actually able to follow what the teacher was saying. The kid who could actually like read a book for more than 2 minutes without getting intensely bored. I'd like that person now. I can't read like at all. I'd check out mentally. I just shut down without great effort. I can't do it. But yeah. Comes with strengths, play to those. What strengths do you think? Oh no, I would not use BetterHelp. I would go to the place I go for my meds management has like talk therapy as well. I would just stay with them because they'd be able to refer me to one of the other doctors there who then would have access to like my file and know like kind of what I've been through already, and I wouldn't have to be starting over essentially. So yeah, I definitely would not do that. In fact, if I do talk to someone, I think I'd rather it be like in person most of the time. Maybe not all the time, but most of the time. Creativity, hyper-focus, resilience, adaptability, energy. The energy one, I need more, but... You didn't get drunk, sadly? Am says healthy. Hey, you guys were healthy. Reaper, I see one, and it's more a ballad of songbirds and snakes. Oh no, not you too, Bebo. I mean, BetterHelp just had like a huge controversy where like some of their people were not therapists, were not licensed therapists, and you're paying for licensed therapists. It's like Fiverr for mental health. Yeah. I'm sure that there's some people who probably had a decent experience, but there's a lot of other people who didn't. So it's just funny when you're paying for a service that you think is giving you license because they told you it's giving you licensed therapists. It's a little scummy to like not make sure that they're all licensed therapists, you know? That's a little scummy. And absolutely more? Really? How racist? Like how was the app that way? Or was it just some of the therapists had some cuckoo ideas, some out there ideologies? A lot of the issues were specifically raised by black women. I didn't know that. I gotta say, I probably don't know everything that happened with that, just kind of on the periphery. I know I used to watch, and I still do actually, quite a bit. Philip DeFranco was kind of my gateway into news and politics, right? And they used to do, with some of their offshoot things, they used to do BetterHelp sponsorships, but they were one of the first ones to call it out and be like, this isn't working anymore, and they stopped advertising with BetterHelp from there, as did a lot of people, but some people are still doing it. I wonder if have they fixed any of those issues now? Like, do they now like require documentation in order to be a licensed therapist on their app? Because I know they're still around, right? Again, not that I would use them, but when there's options that are accessible in my insurance. I guess I would feel bad for people who don't have access to that kind of stuff. That something like BetterHelp probably was accessible to them and in their price range, and now, you know, I'd feel kind of bad that they didn't get access to something, especially if they had a good experience with it. That'd be pretty sad. Whose lived experiences were minimized and even ridiculed. Oof. This includes a person's experiences with racism, for example. Wow. Ridiculed. That's not what you want from your therapist. It's going to be ridiculed. That's kind of the opposite of what you want. Wow. Could you, that would, man, can you imagine how much damage that has done for the people who like, hold on, I did something wrong. Yeah, something's wrong here. I did something wrong. Hold on. Can you imagine though, like how much that would damage you for therapists going forward? Because like, yeah, I went in to see a therapist and they just ridiculed me the whole time. Like, come on. Is BetterHelp better than no help? Is an unfortunate consideration, right? Access and affordability, right? That's what I was thinking too. Where did I go wrong? Okay, I think I see where I went wrong on this. But obviously I also have, you know, access and affordability for a different, so like I don't think I should use BetterHelp, but have to be up on the road in 6 hours, so sleep time from this Kiwi. Take care, everyone. Have an amazing stream and day, Nandra. Always good to catch up with you. Night all. Andy, have a great night. It's good to see you too. Good luck with work tomorrow. Hopefully you get enough sleep there. Good luck. Thanks for being here, buddy. There are other options like BetterHelp out there. I wonder. I don't know. Someone who felt like their friendship was only used. I would hope that there are options out there for people who don't have that other option. I would hope so too. That's a great question though. That's kind of what I was alluding to, is like, you know, there might be some instances where like somebody needs to talk to somebody, but like it's up to BetterHelp as the person providing the service to like make sure that their therapists are licensed. Gosh dang it. Like, holy cow. And not ridiculing people for stuff. The anti-Palestinian sentiment where some Palestinian people were outright laughed at or dumped before a session. Holy cow, yeah. So you gotta be on the lookout for people's different ideologies too. That's gotta be hard to manage a company like that too. I just cannot imagine why you'd be a therapist and then just like freaking gaslight people. Like, I guess they're not perfect, you know, they're just people too. But it's like, if you're not going into an open mind, like, why do you do it? But excuse me. I think I've been around long enough to get the references now. Yay. You got it. You're here. Or I like how that's a really happy dank. That is such a cute little that's such a cute emote. I think I've seen some therapists moving their job to be entirely online. Like, I'm definitely not against the online side. My place does both person and online, and I think sometimes I might be like, hey, let's do this session online, because they usually let you choose. Unless like the doctor's just not available on the day where you actually like desperately need somebody, you know. How come this is not working right? Oh, that's why, because I'm over 1, 2. Okay, I got it. But yeah. So I guess it's entirely possible, though, while you have some therapists on that app that were like obviously not vetted and horrible, should never do that. I'm sure that there's some people who had a licensed therapist who they were very happy with and they had good results with it, you know. But unfortunately, And the company should be held responsible for like not vetting their therapists, you know? But yeah. Talkspace came out of something where they emphasized licensed therapy. Okay, Talkspace. I think I've heard of that one. Yeah, you just want to make sure that people have like accessibility to it, you know? And it's sad that like it's not covered by, you know, we should have universal health care and all that stuff should be covered. Anybody who wants should be able to talk to somebody. Oh, I missed another piece. Yep. There's a piece here. But that's a whole different issue. It would be nice to not have to rely on a company who can't vet their therapists. You know? That would be kind of nice. That'd be pretty nice. It's fine. That's great. A diorama. A little deeper. What do you mean? What? 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 Anyway, so what else is going on, guys? Same for being a female doctor and continually voting for people who say their values are women. To say their values are women, women need to quit their jobs and be in the kitchen popping out babies. People be dumb sometimes. So true. They do be sometimes. And like, listen, like if that's the kind of life you want to live, no hate. But also, not everybody wants to live their life that way. Not everybody wants what you want, you know? So it's so wild to me. Like we're a very, you know, quote unquote traditional couple here. Like we're a very traditional-ish family. And like, we don't begrudge anybody who wants to do something different. In fact, like we can totally see there was a time in our lives where we were about to decide like, you know, okay, do we want to have kids? Do we want to do this more like traditional family stuff? Or, you know, do we value our independence and our, you know, our ability to like do whatever we want, the extra income because, you know, of 2 jobs. And when we honestly looked at it that way and we had these talks and we figured it out, it was like, you know what, like as much as those are nice things. And like, I told Ashley, I was like, I can't help but feel like when I turn, I think I literally said when I turn 40, I feel like I would look back and regret that I didn't have kids, you know, that I didn't give, you know, some piece of me in that way. I always wanted to have kids, you know? And so that's when we decided to adopt, is because we were like, you know, we were both like, we can't, it's something that we wanted to do. So we came to that decision together, both of us in agreement. And then we did that, you know? But like, I couldn't imagine them being like forcing other people to come to the same decision that I've come to. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Because for some people, the answer to that is we do value that, and that's important to us, and we don't have the mental capacity and fortitude and desire, or just plain desire to have kids, and that's okay, you know? And it has to be okay for some people to do that. So I don't know. I don't get it. We're so tradded up, but yet I'm in favor of people who are not that way. Totally get it. I tell everybody. I'm not like those people who are like, you need to have kids, it'll complete your life. I tell everybody, if you are unsure about having kids, don't have kids then. Don't do it. Do not do it until you're sure. Plan that family if you can. I understand that some people get themselves in situations where they weren't able to plan it, and that's fine. You can still have a wonderful life. But like, please plan. Please think. Trust me. It won't be perfect. There'll still be struggles. There'll still be things you have to deal with, but like, be much better off. There's a starting realization at how many dumb people are in this world. When the pandemic, medical professionals were saying masks were bad. Yeah. Going to enjoy a 70 to 80 degree day and go to the outdoor ranges. 70 to 80 isn't too bad. 80 is starting to get too hot though for this early in the year, but yeah. Yeah, I mean, in that way too, Ursa, which are, I don't know if I want to get into that whole conversation, but like, you know, a lot of people were given a lot of different information. So you also like, it's hard to blame people for being fed so many lies. It was hard to tell what was a lie and what wasn't at that time. So you can kind of understand why things got so testy, but at the same time, it's like, you know, I don't know. I don't know if I want to relitigate that whole era. Ugh, you know. Yeah, we can pivot. Absolutely. Yeah, I don't want to relitigate all that again. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm hoping. Yeah. I was worried for my friend from Georgia. She can't have kids mentally, and luckily she found a husband who supported her, not shamed her into one. That's so great. I love to hear that. Absolutely. That is the way that it should be. And like, you know, that's a big difference too. If you find yourself with a partner and they want kids and you don't, that is relationship ending kind of stuff in my mind. Like those are two different sets of priorities that you guys have. And it can be amicable, obviously, but you know, yeah. There's gonna be 10-mile-per-hour breezes. Oh yeah, there you go. That'll be nice. That's what I was about to say is like with 70% or 70%, 70 degrees to 80 degrees, it all matters is the cloud cover and the wind, the breeze. You got good cloud cover and you got a nice breeze. Oh, it can be nice. It'd be so nice. As someone who doesn't have children yet, I've always felt like I should have a child because that's what you do when you grow up. Yeah, see, that's what we've been taught, right? I don't think that's necessarily the case. That shouldn't be what it means to grow up. But that's also, you know, kind of the culture I was raised in too. I was also raised in have as many kids as you possibly can. And now we have one and I think we're done, guys. Unless, you know, there's some kind of miracle or something falls into our lap, like some maybe like a foster to adopt situation. Like, I don't know if I have it in me, guys. Maybe I waited too late. Maybe we waited too late. I don't know. But I just don't have it in me I don't think I have it in me to do it again. I'm almost 40, guys. Oh, God. Anyway, no regrets on that, though, because obviously the little guy we got is amazing. And I would not change that. I might have put this one on the other side upside down. I'll have to check that here in a minute. I can't tell if it's supposed to be that way or not. Okay. We're almost done. I'm on like the last few pieces here, guys. I know you can't really see what I'm doing, so I'm trying to... This set is very hard to show you like all the parts that go into it. I wish I had a more dynamic camera system. I don't know what that means, but something more dynamic. Cats are like having children, looks at Sabine, sure. Definitely a good litmus test of like, you know, yeah. I'm just glad I'm at the age where there's much more acceptance that we don't have kids. A generation ago would be scandalous, right? Yeah, totally. Yeah, we were like right there. We were, I can totally see two versions of our lives where if we had made a different decision, that's kind of how we would have been. And I still think there would have been happiness to find there, you know, be the end of the world. There's definitely things about having a kid that I'm like, woof, you know, like it's rough. But also there's things about it that I love, you know? But I'm never going to tell people like, you're never going to be happy unless you have kids. That's just not true. It's not true, you know? It's just not true. What's so wrong with 40? Ageist much? I'm ageist against myself. I think it's probably just I think I'm officially in a midlife crisis, guys. I think I'm there. Now, I know for a fact that if Ashley is watching this either right now or later on today, that she's going to get concerned about that. Don't worry, okay? My midlife crisis is never going to involve another woman or something like that, you know? Like, no. What I might do is build a portable workstation for my work from home stuff. I might build a portable workstation for my work from home stuff that I now won't be able to use for like 3 weeks. But I might do that. I might get, you know, a little standing desk here, pneumatic standing table on the pretty cheap. I already had this portable monitor here that plugs into my laptop with one cord. Got my mouse standing up there. That's it. Just nice and simple. It's on wheels, so I can roll it around the house. I can put it out in the garage and do stuff with the gym. You don't have to worry. This is the kind of stuff that I'm doing, okay? This is my midlife crisis. You're in it right now. Look at the Lego. This is what I might build a giant Lego room to store my Lego in bins all the way to the ceiling. That's about all you have to worry about. So, okay. All right. I just thought I'd give her that little message. I think we've been conditioned to believe midlife crisis means leaving your wife and kids and getting a motorcycle. It's like, no, it doesn't always have to mean that. It might mean changing careers. I could totally see that if I find the right thing. This isn't a crisis. You haven't hit bottom yet. I'm hoping I don't hit bottom, okay? I'm hoping I don't hit bottom. I've been thinking that maybe the whole midlife crisis thing might be people realizing that the things that you have to do in society said so aren't really compulsory. So true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yeah. I agree with that. Yeah, a lot of it is just realizing that, you know, you're in this sounds bad. You're in a prison of your own making, you know, and people just want to shake their lives up, you know? Will you make your Lego room out of Lego? No, that's not, yeah. Stop ignoring you? No, I just wasn't caught up on chat yet because I was using the external camera. Half an hour later, it wasn't that long. Come on. Midlife and not even 40. Are you going for the 70s? Well, I mean, at 40 is 80, right? I'll be turning 40 next year, Reaper. Next year. Can you believe? Like, look at me. Look at this kid's face. Look at if I shaved, you guys would be like, what the? If I shaved? Oh yeah, sorry. I'm not supposed to reveal my age. Shoot, I'm sorry. You're right. Ban me. Do it, Ams. Actually, don't. I don't know what you can do. I don't think you can. But you're right. Okay. I'm in my late... I thought the midlife crisis was getting a red topless sports car. Yeah, I mean, that could definitely be one of them. Motorcycles, sports cars. A lot of guys, though, like, they can't handle the holy crap, I'm gonna die one day, and so they start doing life affirming things like leaving their wives, you know, and that's just not gonna be me. 40 is not old. It's definitely adult, okay? I'll say that. It is the most adult age I've ever been. It feels very adult. Did I see a Loots Magoots? Court is in session, a verdict is in. Oh no. No appeal on the docket today, just my own sin. What have you done? My child, what have you done? It's still over the hill. Oh, I'm gonna start getting over the hill birthday cakes and stuff. Oh my gosh. Don't get me wrong, guys. I still feel like the best is ahead of me. Like I still feel like well, I may not be as young as I ever was. The journey of self-discovery is probably going to be ramped up real hardcore in the 40s, you know? I think. You're planning to go to med school at 40? That's awesome. That's awesome. You have a permanent side eye? Stop. I remember being 10 and thinking my 40-year-old parents were so old, and now I'm like, they were basically kids. I know, it makes you cry, doesn't it? They were kids just doing this the first time themselves. He doesn't get it yet. Do I just keep going? No. What? I don't get it. It'll be 30 minutes according to Lars. Okay, hang on. I mean, the first thing I see you say is court is in session. The walls cold and pale, the cage made of steel. Keep going. This is interesting. This is around 40, right? He's not supposed to talk about it. Not long ago, as it was centuries ago, 30s was end of, yeah. Like in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, if you were 30, you were getting up there. You better start making plans. I didn't read the messages in between. The Loots Magoots message? I see the one. I don't understand what's happening. I'm sorry. I just don't understand what's happening. I see no appeal on the docket today, just my own sin. I don't. You're going to have to just explain it to me. I don't know what you mean. Screams fill the room. Alone, I drop and kneel. Anyway, I finished the TIE Fighter. You guys want to see it? Look at that. Look how sick that is. That's sick. If this is growing old, I don't want to be young anymore. Oh, you said a midlife crisis was a prison of your own making, so naturally I thought of Creed. How come I did not put Creed together? I am such a fake fan. I'm such a fake fan. You can still call it colloquially a TIE Fighter, okay? It is of the TIE variety, but it is a TIE Interceptor. TIE Interceptor is the model. TIE Fighter is like what it is, right? Technically, the traditional TIE Fighter is actually a TIE LN. So that's like the standard TIE, but we still call it a TIE Fighter. So, you know, get off my back. Look at that. Isn't that cool? This might be the coolest TIE Fighter, though. Like, I do think that there's something about the original, right? The traditional TIE LN, TIE Space Superiority Starfighter. That is always going to be iconic. But as far as like levels of coolness, a TIE Interceptor I don't think you can beat it. I don't think you can beat it. I was just asking. I don't know Star Wars. I know. Imagine knowing I completely. Oh shoot! I almost fell off. I'm a fake fan. I didn't even see it. I didn't know what you were talking about. Anyway, this is really cool, and it comes with a little cool stand. Oh,
it's Chuck Norris's water.
Look at that.
It's a roundhouse kick of hydration.
With a little mouse droid, too, and the TIE Fighter pilot. See? Very cool. Very cool. I do think I'm going to try to do something here. Will it sit like this? It will sit like that pretty good. It sits like that pretty well. I'm going to mess with the stand a little bit because I want the stand to be, it's leaning back quite a bit. I think I want to bring it up like, oh no, can I not? I think that's as far up as it goes. I don't like how when it sits on the stand, it kind of points like really high up. I'd like it to be more like the regular TIE Fighter where it's like straight on. But then I just realized I'm on the last hole there. Unless I greatly modify this thing. If I go up higher, it actually leans it back even further. In the interest of vagueness, I'm closer to 30 than 40, Ghost. Yeah, there you go. Don't ask people their age. The last hole. Yeah, this one right here. Okay, well then I guess it's just gonna have to sit back a little bit, I guess. Right? Let me make sure I'm visualizing this correct. Yeah. I would have to put it down like here, which would mean adding new pieces in order to get that to work. And I'm not really interested in that. So we'll display it as it came. Is Ghost starting a man harem? And I see I wasn't invited. Okay. I mean, it makes sense that I wasn't. It makes sense I wasn't invited. Okay, I need to change one thing here. I cannot tell from this picture. Hold on. Will you show me more pictures, please? Show me more pictures, please. Ow, I'm trying to see. All right, I'm gonna make a executive decision, as we call them at work. Oh God. Oh, everything's falling apart. Hold on. Hold on. I can do this. My toes are strong. You don't get to see those. Not without paying. There we go. There we go. All right, now put it back on the stand. Gently, lightly, carefully, calmly. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. We're done. Well, we did it. We did it in 2 hours. Not bad. Not bad. So we still got like an hour to go. We could do something else if you guys want. We got about an hour here to kill. Or we can just keep talking. Creed was rocking heavy Christian undertones in some of their music. Yeah. Wait, does Ursa not know Creed? Well, arms right open under the sunlight. Welcome to this place. I'll show you everything with arms right open. It's kind of like that, right? Like arms wide open, kind of vaguely gesturing at Christianity. I can't believe you didn't know Creed. I know who Creed is, but did I listen? Okay, fair enough. Yeah, people know the arms wide open riff, yeah. And the hold me now. I'm 6 feet from the edge and I'm thinking maybe 6 feet ain't so far down. You know, that's a good one too. Should we listen to Creed? Arms wide open. I'm so glad that Creed is back in, like, that people are admitting that they've always loved Creed. There was that moment, you know, the moment where like people were just like, oh, Creed, yuck, Creed is cringe. And it's like, come on, you cannot tell me that this is not a banger. I'm a New Kids on the Block girl. I'm pop and alt. Now more whatever Mumford & Sons is classified as, folk music. Folk pop, I think, is what they would call that. Hopefully there is no live DMCA takedowns, but I do have this filtered out of the VOD. So Pearl Jam, you know, I don't think I've listened to a lot of Pearl Jam. Hang on, I know Pearl Jam, but I don't think, yeah, okay, I know Even Flow, I do know Better Man. Maybe I know more Pearl Jam than I thought. I never would have picked you as a Pearl Jam person. A Pearl Jammer. You know? I used to like Foo Fighters. I could kind of get into some Foo Fighters a little bit, but I was never a big fan. Yeah. Mercer is trying to say he knows Creed, and I said, but you also like Nickelback. So also Nickelback has made... I'm glad that we're also admitting that Nickelback was never that bad either. Oh, one time. Here we go. Okay, that's just a taste. Wait. Okay, we had to just have a little taste, okay? I want a Smash Mouth resurgence. They never went away. Have you guys heard Nickelback's? We're not going to play it right now, but have you heard like their newer song? The, what is it called? Appreciate heart. Oh, Three Doors Down was another one I really liked too. Back in the day. Three Doors Down rocked. Kryptonite by Three Doors Down. Oof. I remember distinctly walking through Six Flags and hearing Kryptonite come over the speakers and just feeling like I was in the best timeline. So great. My GPA had a screensaver that my child brain thought he must be a plumber. And to this day, I'm convinced he does something with plumbing. Me too. Wait. We need to move away from all my grunge now? No, we got to get grunge. We got to get grungy. Let's do it. Soundgarden. Black Hole Sun is really good. That is a good song. I do know that one. Blind man see. This is gonna make no sense in the VOD, but that's fine. There's a lay pipe joke in there somewhere. That's when I said hang on. That's not what it, that's where my mind was going to. My mom would have died for Eddie Vedder. Why do I know that name? I wish we could do more like music sharing streams. I mean, I guess I can. I just like it wouldn't be very evergreen because I wouldn't be able to save, you know. Eddie Vedder. Oh, Pearl Jam. Okay, that's why we were talking about Eddie Vedder. Pearl Jam. Okay. Pearl Jam, Nonder. Pearl Jam. I'm sorry, I just Googled it. Yeah, the VOD would just mute it, and I also have this audio you're hearing right now. This one. To take these wings. Oh, I thought it was wings. Make them mine. That audio you won't hear in the VOD because I have it split out for that very reason. I don't want everything to just be muted. You're all making me feel so old. Listen, I didn't remember Dexter Jetster. I'm not gonna know who this guy is. Eddie Vedder. Other than like the name sounds familiar. Hey, I never claimed to be a Pearl Jam fan. Can you take me higher? I found out about Soundgarden after they broke up, and I was so effing sad about it because I was searching when the next album was. I hate when that happens, man. I hate that. Lutz Magoots, were you a Three Doors Down boy? Did you like Three Doors Down as well? I'm so sorry, Grandpa crushes. Take me. Oh, that's true. I could put like a little widget of like what I'm playing so that people could then play it as they're watching the VOD later. That could be kind of fun. Musical Fridays, I could be the radio DJ and I could play all of the hits and I could have song requests. That could be kind of fun, huh? I'm gonna sing and do guitar riffs. I'm sorry. This is what you guys get, you know? I used to listen to Three Doors Down. Oh, this reminds me. Back when I was in a Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast, and Jedi Academy clan, we had all these mods and like all these skins and stuff you could do. You could also play music. If you loaded files into a certain folder, you could play music in the game, basically like replacing the soundtrack. And I had Kryptonite in there, and I would play that all the time. A lot of Three Doors Down was in there. Three Doors Down, I'm thinking Two Door Cinema Club. Huh? I need to go back to sleep. Typing is just getting worse. You just need more coffee. I do too. I'm out. Do we want to do some guessing games while we're here? I could just put my playlist on my liked songs and then let's just do some guessing games. Star Wars guessing? As long as you'll be my friend at the end. Ooh. You still call me a Superman. Let me know if the music's too loud or not loud enough, by the way, too. Because I won't be able to check after the fact. It's Saw Gerrera. It might be. Alice in Chains and Goo Goo Dolls. Alice in Chains is a jam. I don't know a lot of Alice in Chains. I'm familiar again. Maybe we need to make a playlist of our own. Like everybody gets to add their own songs to like the group playlist. I know MRSA would probably love to do that, right? Now, the problem is I use Spotify for a couple reasons, mostly because I have such a history there of all my stuff, but I should probably use YouTube Music. One, I'm paying for it with premium. Two, it's not, you know, the Joe Rogan platform, but I have so much history here. Like so much. I have so many playlists. I have so many artists that I've discovered. It's hard. It's hard to get away from it. We could submit music to the channel. Yeah, then I could search for it and just add it that way. Did you say Joe Rogan? I did. I'm also sad that Orgy and Power Man 5000 dropped one good album and then faded. Is it? Are those two different artists? I've heard Power Man 5000. I've not heard of the first one. Bum, 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 bum. I'm also annoyed with Spotify because it costs money to use it normally. It's just, again, I've had it for so long and I just have so many good playlists and their discoverability is pretty. I find new music on here that I like all the time, and I've tried other platforms and I just haven't had the same luck. I just end up listening to the same thing over and over. I just end up listening to Beartooth again. You still call me Superman. I could put my on repeat playlist. I don't know what's going to be in there, but you listened to that in high school? Oh, AMs listened to, really? Did you have like, oh, holy cow. What type of music was this? This was like, wait, hang on. Latest release is a single from 2025. You might want to check this out. There's a song by Silent Theory, Orgy, and Jay Gordon from 2025. Are they making a comeback? It's metal, I would say. Nice. Sick. Sick. I didn't really get into more metal stuff until I was a little bit older. I was into the emo stuff mostly, and Three Doors Down. Here, I'll stop with the Three Doors Down. Been into Nine Inch Nails right now. A little late to the fan club. I do know some Nin songs. Here, what do I have on repeat? There's some Lady Gaga on my repeat. Let's see. There's some Paramore. There's Beartooth. Bones. Bohnes. Mayday Parade, Avril Lavigne. There's Skater Boy on my on repeat. Oh, you know what I have? I have a playlist called Teen Angst that has a lot of the songs from when I was a teenager on here, and some new stuff too. This might be a good one. I can shuffle it. Yeah. This is what I was doing. I was not goth, I promise. Rats. Okay. Reaper was goth. If you get a chance, Social Network soundtrack by him is beautiful and reminiscent of The Fragile. Okay, I'm going into Star Wars guessing. Species, human. Are we doing Saw Gerrera? Okay, it's not Saw Gerrera. He weighs 80 kilograms, whoever this human is. How much is 80 kilograms? In LBs. 176 pounds. You think Han Solo or Luke? Let's try Han Solo. Nope. How about Luke? Hair brown. One of the related characters is Ezra Bridger, so that's got to be Caleb Doom, right? Ship it. Clip it. Ship it to Coleman again. Let's go. I'd be shocked if he didn't get that one in like at the same spot that I did, you know? Always start with old Caleb Doom, aka Kanan Jarrus, daddy. 100% father, not just daddy, father. Not that picture. The Lego Star Wars one, yeah. That Green Day album was my first music purchase. Was it really? That's awesome. That's Dookie, right? Is that one on Dookie? Or no, that one was on... Oh, actually, American Idiot's the name of the album. Okay, no, Dookie was before that. Oh, the Boulevard of Broken Dreams. Oh, I love Holidays / Boulevard of Broken Dreams. That's such a great song. Oh, all right. We did it. Listen to Korn. I did listen to a couple of Korn songs. Master of Puppets, a good one. I was never really into Metallica that much, but dimensions are whatnot are of a couple of weeks and months together in the rain. Okay. All right, here we go. Picture mode. I'm gonna step back. I find it easier if I step back further. I'm gonna pause. I shouldn't have paused right there. I should have waited another second. There's a face starting to appear here. I should have waited. Oh, is this Stacy's mom? Oh no. This is Stacy's mom. Funny song, little problematic. Let's see. Hot Mulligan, Spooky would be proud. Actually, you know what? I want to listen to Holiday. I'm sorry. I got to. I'm out of the playlist. Core Memory, Stacy's mom. Yeah, it's a banger of a song, but when you really think about it, it's like, ooh. If these roles were reversed, everyone would be up in arms for sure. You changed it to Stifler's dad. I love this song so much. Let's see. Well, any guesses for this one? I listened to all genres in high school. Now as an adult, I'm very specific. What do you listen to now, like as an adult? I cross genres a lot. I can get into just about anything if it's good, you know. Alt rock only. I respect that. Who's like your main artist right now for alt rock? One day, riding to school on the bus, right after Stacy's mom finished playing, a parody called Stacy's Dad started playing. We were crying laughing from it. Could never find it again. I guess we'll try Saw Gerrera. If you're right, I'm gonna hug you. Nope. All right, here we go. Hey, man. Round a score of men. That's Rose Tico. Got it. Nailed it. It's by Sub Radio called Stacy's Dad. What if the radio station got in trouble? Funny that they didn't get in trouble for Stacy's mom, but got in trouble for Stacy's dad. Check the ideas channel. I will do that. Oh, Game Dole. What did you find here? Oh, there's a bunch of like daily games here. Definitely. Okay, hang on. I love that it's a .wtf. Okay. We'll do that next. I think there's one more Star Wars one to do, right? I got to do my dailies. Stacy's dad has got me down bad. He's all I want, and I think he's real rad. I think I've heard that before. I think I have heard that one. The version we heard was pretty vulgar. All right, question of the person of the day. Just type any character to begin. We're gonna go with Yoda again since he's connected to so many things. Unfortunately, green little. I don't like Yoda. I'm not a Yoda fan, especially in the prequels. What a loser. Okay, it is male. That's all we got out of Yoda. Appearances: prequel, original, Clone Wars, Rebels, Tales of the Jedi. So maybe. Of the rest of our lives. Thrawn. Not force sensitive. Not in a. So I realized that they left out like Ahsoka here. So I was like, let me put Ahsoka, a character from Ahsoka in there. and that rules out that. What show is it gonna be in? It's Luke, but it's not in the original trilogy. Qui-Gon, he's in the prequel trilogy. Sorry, you can't quite see. Sorry, there you go. These are the things that he's not in. That's basically I mean, Andor? Could it be Cassian Andor? Oh, so close. Whoa. Okay, male human, light pale beige, not force sensitive, has a blaster rifle or blaster pistol, not affiliated with rebellion, but not in Rogue One or Andor. That I have ever known, don't know where it goes, but it's only me and I walk alone. I used to, guys, this is when my emo phase really hit, was this song right here. It could be, right, Banj? It could be. Alone, I walk alone. Oh, Ams does Linkin Park. Nice. I respect old school Linkin Park for sure. Oh, it makes me so sad every time I listen to like some of Chester's songs. It makes me so sad, but like he was such a great. You're also not a Yoda fan. He just, especially in they really messed up his character in the prequels. In at least the original trilogy, Yoda was very like a wise, kind of eccentric character, and then like they reverse back and they're like, no, he was like, you know, kind of, he wasn't quite as like kooky in there, and so then that means that he's just incompetent, right? And he literally doesn't see what's right in front of him the whole time. And especially if you watch him throughout the Clone Wars, all the different decisions and stuff he makes in there. I mean, he's kind of responsible for the fall of the Jedi. Like, kind of. Like, I don't know. There's just, I really don't like him. He like kept to the rules a lot, and it's like, that's not fun, you know? I'm alive and I walk alone. Solo's mentor, what was his name? Woody's character. I should know this. Gosh, I love that movie so much and I can't remember. There's only one that walks beside me. Tobias Beckett, you're right. Thank you, Ursa. Beckett. That's a great guess because Solo has not been in this. Here we go. Look at you, Ursa. Look at that. Look at that. You got it. Gosh, what a great character. What a great movie. What an absolute legend. Like, Solo is so great. I still listen to my email playlist pretty often. I sometimes play it on workout days at the track and tell kids that since we'll be crying from the pain of the workout, we might as well listen. What do they think about your emo music? How do they feel about it? You were 13 when that album came out, homeschooled and so depressed. Wow. Were we like the same person? Because, yeah, same here. Same. I don't know how depressed I was, but I would be. It would be coming. Gosh, Tobias Beckett. We got to have like a Solo watch party. I know Coleman would be in, right? Some of them like it. Some of them just confused because I never heard any other music like it. Wow. Yeah, they're all listening to hip hop now, right? And SoundCloud rap. Till then I walk alone. All right, hang on. Let's see. Wake Me Up When September Ends is such a good. This whole album is kind of like banger after banger. Let's see. What else should we do here? I do have a. Never mind. I won't talk about that playlist. Let's see. What else do I have? The New Alt, which is a playlist from Spotify, which does have Linkin Park in it. The new Linkin Park has a lot of stuff in here that Ams might like. Let's see. Lots of hip hop or pop, yeah. Solo is the greatest Star Wars film, changed my mind. It sure is up there, buddy, but I do like The Last Jedi a lot. But I think it's like, I can't remember my ranking. Actually, I have my ranking on my desktop. You want to know what the real Star Wars ranking is? This is the actual only Star Wars ranking that you ever will need, okay? Yes, I was correct. We got The Last Jedi as number 1, Solo as number 2. These are close though. If I want to have a good time, if I want to just absolutely like have a blast, I'm watching Solo. If I want to be challenged and be made very sad, I'll watch The Last Jedi. And then I'll watch Force Awakens as a fun thing. Then it's Episode 1, then it's Rogue One, then it's Empire Strikes Back, then Return of the Jedi, then A New Hope. I'm kind of surprised. I actually think now I might move A New Hope up a little further. I might move A New Hope above Return of the Jedi. A New Hope is really good, but it's still in that same era. Revenge of the Sith. This one was a fight. This used to be my least favorite Star Wars movie, but then The Rise of Skywalker took that place. The Rise of Skywalker is the worst in all of Star Wars, even though it has some good points. There's something to enjoy in all of these. This is my ranking. I did this on stream too. None of the OG trilogy in the top 3. Some of this is just so good. Some of it's so good, you know? Mersa left. He forgot you put Last Jedi on top. Is he a Last Jedi hater? He's a Last Jedi hater. I'm a Last Jedi apologist. The only thing I will say is Last Jedi would be much better had they had the stones to follow through with Rise of Skywalker, instead of retconning everything that Rian Johnson did, which I think was genius in this movie. Such a great movie, but it is lessened a lot by what happens in the next film. Why is Episode 1 in 4th place? Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, is pretty good. I actually I might have nostalgia glasses on for Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. I might really but every time I watch it, I have a good time and I enjoy it quite a bit. Yeah. And then I did recently rewatch Rogue One, and ooh, that's such a good one too. These things tend to kind of fluctuate for me depending on what mood I'm in, but this is still some of these might move one spot up, one spot down, but these are still pretty accurate. These two will never move. These will always be the bottom 2. But Rogue One is so freaking good. It's so good. Solo as number 2 makes me happy. It's so great. Again, if I could just, I know there are some times where if you gave me the choice between these two, I would totally pick Solo instead, because it is much more fun than The Last Jedi. But The Last Jedi was just doing something so brave. I really do believe that. I know it sounds cringy, but it was doing something so incredibly different and brave, and Disney didn't have the stones. Let it never be said that I'm a Disney shill, right? Disney didn't have the stones to make Rey a nobody. They had to bring back Palpatine because they lost confidence in the story they were trying to tell. And that story they were trying to tell is that anyone can have the Force. It doesn't belong to any one patriarchal family. It isn't fascist, the anti-fascist messaging of The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi was tight. And then all of a sudden it's nope, we have to have Palpatine pulling the strings. We have to have one big bad guy. It can't be an ideal. It can't be, kill the past. Let the past die, kill it if you have to, as being the main theme of the new era of Star Wars. No, we have to bring the past back, which is why you cannot tell me that The Rise of Skywalker wasn't a direct retcon of what happened in The Last Jedi. I will not believe it. The Force never came from paternal anyway. Midichlorians are inherited on the maternal line. Exactly. But also it shouldn't be coming from, and I mean, she wasn't even a real descendant. She was a clone, but, as descendant as you can get. Well, she was a descendant of a clone, rather, I should say. She's not a clone in and of herself. Anyway, breaking up with Mersa and pursuing Aaron. Oh, wow. You better talk to my wife about that one. Such a fun ride. It's so great. Gosh, the whole scene, leaving, getting out of the Maw, and all the stuff he does to the Millennium Falcon to turn it into this pristine ship, into the hunk of junk that we see it later, is so funny to me. It's so funny. I really think that Solo is also one of the more accessible movies too. I think almost anybody could enjoy it if they let themselves, without any context for anything that came before. I think Ames, if she really allowed herself, I think Ames would enjoy Solo, a Star Wars story. There isn't much she needs to know. You just jump in and watch it. We'll do a Discord watch. How about that? Discord watch party of Solo, a Star Wars story. How many of these have you seen in the cinema? That's a great question. This one. Not episode 1. I saw Rogue One. I didn't see Empire. Now, and I didn't see Return of the Jedi. However, funny enough, I saw A New Hope in theaters. Now, not because I'm that old. Let's be real. I have to wash my cat that day. Not because I'm that old, but because when they released the special editions, I got to see that one in theater. And that was actually, believe it or not, one of my first theater experiences in general. My parents were very anti-theater. They thought that the movie theaters were of the devil. However, they always allowed Star Wars, and they knew how much I liked it. And so my older brother was like, it was me and my other brother and my oldest brother. He's like, let me take them to see it. My parents let us go. They let us go. So unless we went without telling them, I think we told them, and they were like, okay, we'll make an exception because it's Star Wars. We know what it is. We know what you're going to see. We'll accept it. That was the first time I was in a theater, was when the special editions came out, which, do I dare? We're going to get to these games here, Lars, I swear. Do I dare? When was no special edition, not this, re-released 1997. In 1997 I got to see that. Holy cow. 1997. The special edition remaster, yeah, in the commemoration of the franchise's 20th anniversary. Holy cow. It was already 20 years old by that point too, and I was just a baby kid. Yeah, wow, I was 11 years old. Holy cow, I was 11. I was just a baby. Wow. I can't believe they did that. Okay. We will get to these games, I promise. Let me find a good soundtrack for this. Let's see. The new punk. Let's go back to Teen Angst, shall we? Oh wow, okay. This is called You and I by Anerbor. I have not heard this one before, but we'll kind of keep it down in the background. Episode 1 might be the only one I haven't seen in theaters. Yeah, I think I was just a little bit too, like, they let me go see the first one, but then they were still kind of anti-theater. They let me see A New Hope, the special edition, but they were still kind of anti-theater, so I didn't get to see any of those in theater until Revenge of the Sith, which I went and saw with a guy I worked with at the time, because I was older than by that point, so almost out of high school. I saw episode 1 37 times. No way. Episode 1 definitely has its things. It has Jar Jar Binks, so obviously it has its problems. However, the pod race scene is really sick. Like, pod racing's pretty sick. Qui-Gon Jinn's a great character. The Darth Maul Obi-Wan fight to Duel of the Fates is just, there's just some things about it that I find to be so iconic. I definitely have nostalgia glasses for that particular one, but it's like I'll watch that one over episode 2 any day, and sometimes I'll watch it over episode 3. Now that is pod racing, exactly. It's not that bad. I respect episode 1. I think episode 1 was one of the better ones. Okay, so I was sent this one from Lars. This is GameDuel.wtf, which is fun. Guess the game by its cover. Should be pretty easy, right? Okay, it starts pixelated and then ends up as Splinter Cell Conviction. So let's try this, shall we? I mean, this is Super Smash Brothers. It's probably Super Smash Brothers Brawl. Come on. I can zoom in a little bit, yeah. That was just Super Smash Brothers Brawl. Come on, give me a hard one. Give me a hard one, game. Okay, I know how to play. Go back. Let's see. Artwork. Guess the game by its artwork. Okay. We can zoom in a little bit like that. Okay. That little birdie is a little familiar. Oh, Tome? It looks like Pokemon. It's black and white, though. I just had a feeling it was Brawl. I don't know why I did that, Banj, but like, it's an iconic cover for sure. I've been legit upset to pay money for that. That's not to say I don't like it, but I don't like it enough to pay money to see it. I mean, you know, try Toem. I don't know that game, but I'll try it. Toem. Only if they ask nicely. Yeah, Toem. A photo adventure. Oh, hello. Hold on. Toem. A photo adventure. Dab on it. Dab on it. There you go. I'm just kind of curious what this... So... Okay. Ooh. I kind of like... I like the way that movement was. Wait, is this... Okay. This is kind of cute. Did you play this, Lars? How long is this? 3 minutes? I'll watch the whole thing. This kind of looks interesting. Cozy did and other friends have too. You have it? So you're going around taking missions and photographing things. Challenges. Must be Swedish with the challenges, or somewhere Scandinavian. I love that accent so much. That's cool. I won't watch the whole thing, but that looks cool. That looks cool. Back to game selection. Oh, look at all the ones we have unplayed. Look at this. Should we start from number 1? Here, let's see how many we can go. Oh, I mean, that's Battlefield 19 or no. Battlefield 1, because it's about the very first World War. Did that work? Battlefield 1. There we go. I knew it. I know that arm anywhere. Nice. Battlefield 1. We don't need to watch the gameplay for that. We know that one. Oh, where's the music? Sorry. This is Loud Bark by Mannequin. I actually don't know this song. This is in your teen angst playlist? What does that mean? Where's all the good... Hang on. I think I have another one. Because these are also some of the newer team. So there's like what teens are listening to now. I want my my old school one. I do have a playlist called... I thought I had one that was like my emo playlist. Here we go. I'll find one. Emo classics. Here we go. Oh, here we go. This is what I'm talking about. Yeah, Misery Business by Paramore. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. What did Knock Knock do? Oh, Knock Knock checked in 13 minutes ago. Sorry about that. I didn't see that till just now. What rapper does Han Solo listen to? Tupac. Nice. That's top quality. Come on. I like that one. Okay. There's one more game on that site. One more like daily. Here, let's go home. Classic artwork and keywords. Let's do keywords. How to play. Try to guess the video game in less than 6 attempts. Try to guess the game based on the clues presented to you in the form of phrases or words or emoji, or even a pixelated cover art. Try to combine all this information to decipher which game is hidden behind these clues. I like this site, by the way. This is fun. Oh, I mean, this is Dave the Diver. Try, take it all away from me now. I like this site because I'm good at it. You would kinda just feel so. Let's see. So this is guess. This is the hardest one. Red, none of the clues match. Yellow, one or more. Green, all clues. So a lot like the Star Wars one. That's great. Even I knew that one. Yeah, that, to be fair, that one was pretty easy. But also, let me have this win. Okay? If you ever need one, Nick is Emo is your public playlist. Let's go. By Nick Bean. To brag, got it where I want it now. Let's see, podcast playlists. Nick songs. So good. Nick is Emo. Nick A30. Are you Nick A30? Nick songs. You might have to link it to me because there's a lot of Nick in here. Nick is Emo. I freaking love that name though. There's a lot of Nick songs, even though I searched for Nick is Emo. I would totally subscribe to that playlist though. Yeah, I don't see Nick is Emo. How about just like Nick Emo? Maybe the is throwing it off. Emo Nick, Emo B, Emo. Nick A30 keeps coming up. Thank you. Non-casually doxing Lutz. I didn't dox him. He gave me the name of his playlist. I'm where I want it now. To break. Hold on, please. It was never my intention to brag. There we go. Nick is Emo. We got it. I'm gonna add that to my playlist. 64 songs, 3 hours, 53 minutes. Let's go. The top one, Ohio is for Lovers by Hawthorne Heights. Let's go. Let's see. We got Hawthorne Heights. We got some Punchline, Armor for Sleep, Panic at the Disco, Escape the Fate. Nice. Yellow Card, Ocean Avenue. Oh, don't remind me of my oof. It's time to start cleaning for the day. Have a great Saturday. See you in 46 years, Non. What? Oh, yeah. I'll see you in 3 freaking weeks. I'll see you on the weekend, though. Your username is Lutz. Yeah, it's just, it says Lutz, and just the playlist just says Nick is Emo. I think that's just the name of the playlist. His name isn't Emo. I don't think. That was my nickname in college, like legitimately. Yellow Card, lots of Mayday Parade. I love this part. My heart is in Ohio. I'm going to be listening to this a lot. I think you have good stuff in here. My eyes. Paramore's in there too. My eyes. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's leave that on. All right. We're going back. This is fun, guys. I kind of like just chilling with y'all like this. We've done it the last 2 days too, where we just kind of went where the day took us, and I like it. I don't hate it. Back with some Earl Grey. Wonderful. All the songs you're reading out just sound like my usual playlist. Nice. Yeah, I have all these songs like probably across different playlists. I thought I had an emo playlist, but I guess I don't. I just have them kind of like scattered. I have a whole bunch of like Non's faves or Aaron's faves kind of things saved everywhere. Like here's like all my favorites from House of Heroes. Here's all my favorites from like Demon Hunter. I have a specific playlist of Demon Hunter because there's only certain songs I like. The Sound of Swedish Metalcore. Bring the Doom, which is basically the Doom soundtrack, which is so great when you're just wanting to like, when you're wanting to just get into something, you know. Breaking Benjamin playlist, because again, there's only some songs that I like, you know, stuff like that. So they're all like spread all over the place, but okay, anyway. for running goes really well too. It really does. Yeah. There's one drop of coffee in there. See it? You see it? It's right there. I'm trying to get it. I guess I could just make another one. Garden statement by hidden in plain view. I'd be curious if anyone was familiar with that before. Hidden in plain view. That doesn't sound familiar. It could be one of those songs I'll hear though and be like, oh yeah, I remember that. All right, let's just type a video game to begin. Let's do Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast. If I got that right, it'd be so funny. Genre, shooter adventure. It was released later than 2002. Single player and multiplayer. First person, third person. Wrong franchise, so no Star Wars. And no LucasArts. All right. Anybody got any guesses you want to start with? Give me something. Overwatch? That's the only game you know, isn't it? Yes. All right, we're getting more. Okay. PC, PlayStation, Xbox One is potential. Shooter strategy, action, science fiction, potential. Released before 2016, but it is multiplayer. I was about to say, okay, it's not Blizzard. First person, third person is sort of right. Wrong franchise and saga. Zoom out a bit. Oh, you're right. I was zoomed in from the previous screens. There you go. Is that better? That's a little bit better. Halo? Not bad. Halo Combat Evolved. Halo. Where's just Halo? There it is. Halo Combat Evolved. Okay. Shooter. So I think they're kind of saying that it's kind of a shooter. Action, science fiction. So between 2016 and 2001. A lot of games. Co-op, split screen. I'm getting no greens though. Green is shooter adventure. It's both of those things. Shooter adventure is the only green that we've got so far. It doesn't have the GameCube? Stardew Valley? I don't think it's an action shooter. Only the greens are fully correct, right? Which makes sense that this shooter showed yellow. Borderlands? Was that released before 2016? Definitely the first one, right? Ooh, nope. Okay, so between 2009 and 2016. Again, okay, yeah, so that has like RPG elements in it, so that's not quite right. Wow. Get a lot of no's. BioShock? Yeah, I guess I would think that's like an adventure-esque game. Okay, no, greater than 2007. That was 2007. I mean, wrong franchise, so it's not like BioShock 2 or anything like that. Listen, all mod chat. Wow, called out Lars. Portal 2? I do like me some Portal 2. Now you're thinking with portals. Nope. Okay, 2011. So it is between 2011 and 2016. It is not first person. It is probably third person then. So this means partially right. So if this is partially right and first person wrong, so think third person shooter adventure between 2011 and 2016. I'm thinking Gears of War. Crysis is first person, so we're looking specifically for third person. So I'm thinking Gears of War. Let's see. It says single player and multiplayer is partially correct, but not single player. So it's going to be a co-op. It's going to be a multiplayer. It's going to be a multiplayer game. I mean, is it like a Call of Duty? No, because that's first person. Isn't Fallout? We need third person. Yeah, Fallout is first person. Max Payne? Was Max Payne 3 after 2011? It Takes Two, but with guns. The Division? Potentially Division. Division's a good guess. Hi, Coleman. How's it going? Tom Clancy's The Division. Third person. Wow. Yeah, I mean, I guess action, open world, warfare. Okay. All right, let's go back to this. It's definitely a shooter. Well, no, it's not, because shooter was only partially correct. It's an adventure third person. Is it God of War? Is it God of War 2018? No, because it says 2016. So no, it's not the new God of War. God of War is a shooter. Well, it's a... Yeah, you're right. It's a shooter event. Okay, no, you're right. Third-person shooter. I got to get that back into my mind. A third-person shooter adventure game. Between 2011 and 2016. Splinter Cell Blacklist. The Last of Us? The original one. Not an RPG. The Last of Us wouldn't be considered an RPG. Last of Us, you think Last of Us be considered an RPG? I wouldn't think so. Like, I wouldn't consider like Uncharted to be an RPG. RPG is a loose term, I think. Last of Us was that old. The very first original one was... We can try Last of Us. I can't type, sorry. Why am I capitalized? Last of Us. The original. Wow, okay. Not Naughty Dog. Well, Naughty Dog and Sony are potential. So I could be... Man, if they had said that it was like in 2018, I would guess God of War at this point. PS3 is kind of right. But greater than 2013. Not an in-house engine, so not like a Sony exclusive then. Wrong franchise and saga. Yeah, so like we're looking for like maybe 2012-ish. Yeah. 2012, 2013. Between 2013 now and 2016, right? Mass Effect 3. Did we have BioWare anywhere? We have not checked Mass Effect yet. Should we try the first Mass Effect or Mass Effect 3? Oh yeah, I'll scroll down a little here so you guys can see the full list here. This is where we knew it was a shooter adventure. Mass Effect, I do think actually might say role-playing game. 3 came out in 2012. Oh my gosh, I'm so old. So we know it's a shooter adventure game. We know it's third person. Those are the things we absolutely know. It's in the same vein as The Last of Us as a shooter adventure. Andromeda. We can try. Hi, bud.
Well, then.
You want to see that?
Kinda done.
Look at that.
Are you done?
I'm done with it. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
What sound does a Tie Interceptor make? That's good. That's better than I can do. It's better than I can do. Is mommy awake? Okay.
I like it.
I know. We'll have to find a place for it on the shelf later.
So huge.
I know it's huge. It's as big as that one up there. It's pretty cool, huh?
I will show
Mad Max, maybe.
I'll show you where. I'll show you where you can put
Let's try Mad Max.
I can show you.
Is it like right there by the TIE Fighter helmet?
No. It'll be like,
Oh, my health is going down. 2015 is the year. I don't know if that helps, but
like by the Millennium Falcon.
buy the Millennium Falcon. That'd be fun. All right. Go be with mommy, okay? Love you.
Love you.
See you later. He's awake. Let's see. So we have one heart. We have one heart left to get this. We basically have one more. It has to be a shooter adventure in third person, released in 2015. When was the Tomb Raider reboot? Ooh, I want to say it wasn't 2024. No, like the Lara Croft Tomb Raider, which is a good game, by the way. Like the newer Tomb Raider games are so much fun. We tried. So one of these was right. Either Naughty Dog. It could be Uncharted. Could it be one of the Uncharted games? It can't be a first person, third person. It could be Uncharted. Metal Gear Solid 5 was 2015. Okay, somebody did. Don't forget, it is co-op. We know it's not a multiplayer per se. Single player, multiplayer. No, actually, I think oh no, you're right, because single player is partially correct. It's both single and co-op. It could be both single and co-op, right? But not single and multiplayer. What game is 2015 that was co-op? Yeah, like that's what we have to kind of like puzzle out, because like it says single player and multiplayer is partially correct. Then it says multiplayer is not correct. So we have to assume then when we did just single player, it said partial. So the only other option is single and co-op. But not an. It could also be an MMO. It's either a single player co-op or a single player MMO, and third person. Yeah, we tried Borderlands, but also third person. Don't yell at me, Ghost. I wasn't here. Yeah, we got third person in green here. Let me scroll down a little more. This one's fun. I like this better than the other Game Guesser site. It has to be single player, multiplayer, and something else. I think it's single player and co-op, because single player and multiplayer is partially correct. Single player is not correct, is partially correct again. Gosh, 2015. I think this is our last guess too. I think it has some. I'm actually leaning towards an Uncharted game, because Naughty Dog and Sony are partially correct. And if it's partially correct for The Last of Us, they also did Uncharted. Gears of War Ultimate Edition. I don't think it'll be Gears of War though, because again, either Naughty Dog or Sony being part of it. One of the Uncharted would have to have been released in 2015, right? I'm thinking like maybe Uncharted 4. Hmm, 2016. Uncharted 3. 2011. Wow, that was a big time. Okay, so no, it's not Uncharted. You were right. Witcher 3: The Wild Hunt. Third person shooter. I don't think that would definitely be considered an RPG. Witcher 3 would definitely be considered an RPG. It is not an RPG. Well, I guess we don't know. Yeah, we know for sure. No, we know for sure that it's a shooter adventure. This is green. We're locked in, so no RPG elements. Saints Row? Like the newer Saints Row? That was not 2015 though, was it? It can't be Battlefield. That also uses in-house engine and also is first person. Okay, so somebody said, hang on, somebody was saying Metal Gear Solid. Should we try that one? We haven't tried that yet, have we? Because somebody said Metal Gear Solid 5. Right? What, Metal Gear? Solid. I can't type. Solid 5? Or just Metal Gear 5? Why am I not finding it? V. Metal Gear Solid V. The Phantom Pain, right? What is Ground Zeroes? Is it the Phantom Pain? Third person Ghost? It's probably Minecraft. Was Metal Gear Solid co-op? You know, I don't know. I played it first. I played it single player. I never finished it. I can't remember if there was like an online Phantom Menace. Nah, Phantom Pain. Let's go. You can click the hiding summary toggle to show what you know for sure. Hiding summary. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. I like that. It was 2014. It was 2014. Okay. All right. Good. We've annihilated that. There's still so much we don't know, though. There's still so much we do not know. We have never guessed the engine correctly. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege. First person bench. It's gotta be third person. I can't even yell as a joke. And hi, Mrs. Nonder checked in. I'm sorry, I was not ignoring you. This is just too much fun. Hi, I hope you're doing okay. How are you? Ghost Recon Breakpoint. I read it. That's a great game. Was that 2015? Can someone validate that was 2015? Because that's a great. Would it be an adventure? Kind of. No, it's got like open world elements, which is a possibility. We haven't nailed the genre here. Voice inside my head. It's so much like, although I think it's probably on. It's because it's not Ubisoft. It can't be. Well, I don't think that the franchise here in this one is Tom Clancy. I think the franchise is The Division. And Breakpoint is technically different, but I'm pretty sure they use Snowdrop. 100% sure, because I remember that Snowdrop intro, and it's an Ubisoft, so we know it can't be that. Darude Sandstorm. That's it. It was 2019. Wow. Ori and the Blind Forest. Sony was not a publisher or a dev. Yeah. So if we know that it's not, we now know that it's not Uncharted. And the big things that Naughty Dog is working on was Uncharted and Last of Us. So if it's not The Last of Us, and it's probably not Uncharted, that means it has to be a Sony computer entertainment published out of these two, right? It has to be Sony, so it has to have something to do with Sony. We also know PlayStation 3 is partially right, so it was probably a PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4 like crossover game in 2015. You'll notice we had PS3 in all of these. Oh, except this one. It's probably so it might be cross-plat. It might be a cross-plat game too, because yeah. Helldivers? The original Helldivers? Can somebody see if the original Helldivers was in 20 original Helldivers was not third person. It was top down. Battlefront lost. It's Astrobot. Astrobot's not really a shooter. I love ghost policing Ursa and nobody else. Bloodborne feels like it ticks the boxes. Bloodborne, would you consider an RPG though? I find a hard time figuring out the difference between RPG and adventure, right? Because a lot of adventures will have RPG elements to it, right? I know it came out last year. Helldivers 2 did, yeah. There was an original Helldivers that I would have believed might have been like around then, but it is not. It is not a third person. It's well, I guess, would you consider that top down to be third person? I would consider that a different style of, I played Helldiver. I played the crap out of Helldivers 2. No Man's Sky. That's definitely gonna have like RPG elements, right? Well, maybe not. Shooter. It's not fully third person though. There's a lot of first person aspects in that. Side note, I'm definitely listening to slinging this playlist on the way to my competition. Nice. I love that. Did I play the OG? I never played the OG. It actually does kind of look fun though. It does kind of look like fun. All right, I think we just got to guess something. There's so many things that need to. There's so many things that we need to fill in that I feel like we're not going to get it. So I need. Give me a good solid guess here. You're doubling down on Bloodborne. I like your. Did we confirm that was 2015? If that was 2015, I'll go ahead and do it. We were wrong. It is. All right, Banj, it's all on you. If this fails, it was not. It was Resident Evil 2 Revelations. We didn't guess anything in the Resident Evil. It was Saw Gerrera. No, it's okay. That was our last one, so I don't know if we would have gotten it. Yeah, so Sony Computer Entertainment published it. It was cross-plat, pretty much, like across most of them. Horror. I think if we would have had action, horror, survival as a green, we would have been like, oh, I probably would have guessed something in Resident Evil area. But hey, that's a lot of fun. That's a lot of fun, guys. Artwork. Can I go to keywords? Wait, no, not that one. I got that one in one. How do I get back to... I kind of want to do more of these. How do I get to, like, guess unlimited? Here we go. Let's do normal. Let's do normal. I want to do another one of these. I have like 5 more minutes. Can we guess one in 5 minutes? I want to do Helldivers 2 for some reason. All right. The game mode is single player, multiplayer, co-op, first person, third person. Great. It's another first person, third person. Released before 2024. Start with Simpsons Hit and Run. I'll do one Simpsons Hit and Run. Okay, what did we learn? Greater than 2003. We're partially correct on these. Third person and first person. Which games do you get to switch between the two? There's definitely some games that had that as like a thing where you switch between, like the Sniper Elite. Elite. No, nothing. Wow. Okay, never mind. Minecraft, you want me to try Minecraft? We're trying just whatever at this point. Oof, no, almost nothing. Almost nothing. We learned like nothing about that. It is not a simulator, it's not adventure. Skyrim? Ooh, Skyrim did let you go third person. Fus Roda. Nope. It is partially a role-playing RPG, adventure RPG, partially, which means there's other aspects to it. Wow. It is a single-player, multiplayer co-op game. Released between 2012 and 2023. First person, third person. Halo 3? Is that also third person? I mean, I guess the car parts are third person, but I would still consider that a first person game, right? You've never played Skyrim, Clumsy? You should definitely play Skyrim. Which remaster? 1, 2, 3, or 4? Start with Simpsons Hit and Run. Never mind. Yeah, that's a great game. I don't really have the desire to go back to it very often, like a lot of people do, but I did enjoy it a lot when I first played it. Let's see. A first person, third person, single, multi, and cooperative. Is it like does any of the Monster Hunter games let you go first person too, or is it all third person? The Witcher 3 doesn't let you go first person to my knowledge. The Fallouts, that's true. My personal favorite, Fallout 2. Nope. Oh wait, I'm sorry, not Fallout 2. Fallout 3, but it's the wrong franchise. Fallout 3 is what I meant to. Fallout 2 is not my personal favorite. Sorry. Fallout 3 is my personal favorite. But no, it's wrong franchise and saga, so it's not going to be anything in the Fallout. It's also like, what is this? That was isometric bird view, which I think is what you would call that first Helldivers as well. Bird's eye view. We got like nothing right there, okay? Nothing. What else? Did Cyberpunk let you go third person? Cyberpunk 2077? Or is that just first person? No, and that's not multiplayer and co-op though. Never mind. Just first. Yeah, and it's not multiplayer co-op. Yeah, I don't think I would count the, like, when you go into a vehicle and it goes into third person. I don't think I'd count that. I think it's like got to be gameplay, you know. WoW? World of Warcraft? Maybe. World of Warcraft. Let's try it. No? You tell me that as I click it? Oh, there's no first person, isn't there? Horizon Zero Dawn. Okay. I don't think there's first person in Horizon Zero Dawn. I do love that game though. And there's no co-op. That's a single player only game. The co-op stuff is really throwing me for a loop here. GTA 5 perspective could be changed driving, I think. There's also later on in GTA 5 you could do first person as well. Didn't really narrow that down. It's either between 2012 and 2023, a pretty big gap. Probably the biggest years in gaming, honestly, between 2012 and 2023. Like there's some big games in that 12 years. So no, we haven't really nailed that down yet. I should have known with World of Warcraft because of the year. Fallout 76. Ooh. It did say wrong franchise for Fallout. Wrong franchise or saga. Yeah, 76 is the online one. And all this stuff would kind of fit. A science fiction survival, not a comedy. A science fiction survival open world is probably what it is. Yeah. It's probably a science fiction survival open world game, which would be like, which ones would be survival? Warframe. Oh yeah, we also have to consider the freaking online, the multiplayer and co-op. Warframe. Does Warframe ever go first person? That's what trips me up, is there's not a lot of games that are doing both. Monster Hunter Rise. Do they have first person view in that? I think these are good guesses, but that first and third person perspective really kind of messes with it, I think. I don't know nothing. Well, it is 9, so I do have to go. Let me just do some. I'm remembering a game where you would be in third person, but then whenever you'd bring up your weapon, it would be a first person view from, I don't know if they would consider that what we're talking about here, but I mean, Ghost Recon, like Breakpoint and Wildlands. Okay, we got the year 2019. Wrong franchise. We got the year though. We got 2 more guesses and we got the year. I do see photos of first and third for Warframe. Warframe was released before 2019, right? Rust or Raft? That's true. Raft is a first and third. We don't really have the platform yet. Yeah, we don't really know platform yet. It could just be PC, right? Minecraft. Did we guess Minecraft? We guessed that. Raft. Nope. Oof. Yeah, 2018, very close for Raft. Luigi's Mansion. Should we try Rust? This is our last guess. Do we think it's good? Red Dead Redemption 2, no co-op and no multiplayer. But great game. One of the goats, honestly. One of the best games of all time. All right, let's try Rust. 2019. Red Dead had multiplayer. Maybe the... Oh, it does have... Wait, it did have that. It did have... Wait, Red Dead 2 did have... It didn't have co-op, though. It has multiplayer as a separate thing. But co-op, I think, is different, where you can play the story, like, together. Oh, shit. It doesn't have that.
Guys, I was supposed to go to work
It's too
today.
old.
I gotta go.
Wait, you're saying Red Dead Redemption is too old? It didn't come out in 2019? Oh gosh, yeah, you're probably right. That was probably 2017 or 2018, right? Okay, well, I gotta go, so I'm gonna say Rust. It was Borderlands 3. First and third person Borderlands 3? Could you go third person in Borderlands 3? I don't remember that at all. I played that game. You could go. Why did it say you were wrong when you guessed Borderlands 1? Can I go back? Yeah, show my guesses. I didn't guess Borderlands this playthrough. That was the last time. That was the last one. We didn't guess Borderlands this time. Thanks for checking in, Kelt. How you doing? And Banj also checked in at the last minute. So yeah, that was the last one. We should have tried Borderlands just to clear the palette, because that has like a lot of genres in it, right? Shooter, co-op, multiplayer. Yeah, that probably would have been good. I own that game. It's fun. I played this with the buddies. Okay, guys. Well, I'm gonna leave you here. Okay. This has been great fun. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I have to go. I'm sorry that I have to be gone for 3 friggin' weeks. But the good news is I'll be back on Saturday. We'll do something fun on Saturday. Maybe just catch up. Maybe just play games like this. So I will be here Saturday the 5th. There could potentially be, as long as they don't put anything on the calendar for that day, I might be here Friday morning. We'll see. I really hate having to play it by ear. I just want to know. I want to know when I'm going to be here. But I'll try to let people know ahead of time if I'm going to be like on Friday morning or not. Because they don't have Friday. Well, no, this Friday they do. It's the next Friday, the 11th. They don't have anything currently. But then we're going back in for the 14th. So I'm going to be there on my birthday, guys. I'm going to be there on the day of my birth. They're making me do this. You believe that? But either way, I'll definitely be here on Saturday mornings with y'all. We'll still be doing Saturday mornings, so I won't just disappear for a while, which is nice, you know. Oh, no, you have the poops on your birthday. Stay home. That's what I'm going to tell them, yeah. If I can wiggle out of these at all without making myself look like the bad guy, I definitely will. But I don't know. Nobody wants to be the bad guy, you know? You know what I mean? Not me. Anyway. Yeah, I think that's gonna do it for me. Let's see. Lars is doing some real estate review stuff and maybe doing some Sims builds later. So let's go over to Lars. Let me get everything set up here. There we go. I'll probably have a couple ads I need to sit through before they start, so I'll get those going right now. I'm sick. If I get any kind of cough, if I get any kind of sniffles, you better believe I'm gonna be like, I'm gotta get out of here. Dial Tone, thank you for checking in. And Ghost checked in as well. Everybody's getting their last minute check-ins just to prove that they were here. Might do a secret Lego stream tomorrow evening. Really?
It's Chuck Norris's water.
It's a roundhouse kick of hydration. Persephone is also streaming. I'm not following Persephone, I guess. There it is. There it is. Let me throw a follow at least for right now. Playing some God of War Ragnarok. Heck yeah. Freaking love that whole series. I love it. I love that. Okay, but I do have to go. I gotta run. So I'm gonna send you over there just because I already got it all queued up here. But we'll follow Persephone for future references. Here we go. All right. Hey, drink, make me. Thank you. Thank you. And I got to stretch too. Dang it. Let's go. Okay. Raid. I'm going to miss you guys. It's going to be rough, but we'll make it. And then we'll be pretty much through April by the time things get back to normal. And I get to use my work from home pod again. Nan gets his Tie Interceptor and takes off for space to escape his in-office week. Nice. Oh, hey, by the way, guys, you might have noticed a little bit of a change that I've kind of just decided to roll out without really talking about it too much. You might notice that the Discord is now called, instead of the Nonster, it is now called the Pre-Work Coffee Club. I don't know. I kind of like it. I sent it out for the mods to look at, and I got some decent feedback from it. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. So we're now the pre-work coffee club for the Discord. Kind of fun, kind of neat. You're now all part of the club. You're all club members. That's what I'm calling you. You're club members and subscribers. So you're the Pweech. You're the Pweek. You're the Pre-work Coffee Club. Yeah. You like it, Clumsy? I'm so glad you like it. Whoa, geez. I was gonna do this whole thing where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go with the rebrand. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it and just see what happens. And like, I did it, and now I look at it and I like it. Like, all the hangout channels are called the Clubhouse. Like, I don't know. I always wanted to be in a club, didn't you? Well, now you are. Now you're in the club. You're always welcome here in the club. I'll see you guys next Saturday, okay? Say a little prayer for me, a seance, whatever the case may be, or just keep me in your thoughts, because yuck. All right. Bye, everybody. See ya. Bye.